Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Walnut Crawdads pregame show. I am your host, Justin DeHaas, alongside me, my co host, Kobe Siegel. And Kobe, we have ourselves a heck of a series here at Monte Vista High School. It's the first of three games between the Healdsburg Prune Packers and the Walnut Creek Crawdads. First two games are going to be here in Danville at Monte Vista Tuesday and Wednesday, and then maybe the rubber match. Who knows? You got to play these games first, but that third game will be in Healdsburg, and so it should be a fun one. The Prune Packers come in 19-1 with a 12-1 record in the CCL, and they had a pretty good unbeaten streak until Sunday when they lost the first game of a doubleheader against the Solana Mudcats. Now, granted, it was a seven-game part of a doubleheader, or seven inning, I should say. And, but, a lot of different factors. But, hey, look, the Prune Packers maybe have a little more extra motivations now that they got a loss on their ledger. But should be a fun one. We've got Wyatt Tucker for the Prune Packers against Jackson Flora for the Crawdads. And so what are your early expectations for this first game of the series, Kobe?
Well, my expectations are that this Prune Packers team is very good. They've shown this year after year that they are consistently the best team in the CCL North. So they're back-to-back CCL champs overall, but they've won the CCL North for 5 straight years. And right now they lead the CCL North. They're 12-1? Yeah, they're 12-1 in the CCL North. So this is a tough team. This is certainly the toughest team the Crawdads have played, but I do not expect the Crawdads to back down. I expect the Crawdads to come out here firing, and certainly Brett Cummings throwing the kitchen sink at the Packers with bring out the big guns, Flora, Spolero tomorrow, and Thompson on Thursday for the Prune Packers.
Yeah, Flora's a kid who might get drafted in this year's MLB draft. He is an LMU commit, and he's had scouts lining up these last couple starts. His last start wasn't so great against the Lincoln Potters, only went 2 1/3, gave a few runs, but he looked really good in his first outing, and look, he just keeps on ramping up, right? You go from non-league action to all of a sudden now you play the Potters, now you take another step up to the Prune Packers, and so this is good. This is
Sorry. You guys have extra time. It said it auto started, and then it didn't turn on.
He's only limited to 3 innings, thanks to coaches at LMU and scouts and stuff like that. And so we'll see. What do you expect from Jackson Flora today?
Well, as you said, I expect three innings pitched, as we've seen in his last 2 starts. But what do I expect? I honestly don't really know what to expect here, because we have seen him look dominant. We've seen him look a little shaky. But I know that if he can't locate his fastball, it may be a very long day, because these Prune Packer hitters are very good, and they will make him pay. There are 11 different Prune Packers on this team with a home run.
Yeah, and
so they can hit the ball out.
Yeah, for sure. And before we get to that Prune Packer lineup, let's just talk about Wyatt Tucker real quick. The kid who will be on the bump for the Prune Packers today. This is a kid who is from Texas A&M. He's in the portal right now. Honestly, maybe a reason why he didn't play that much at Texas A&M, only 12 innings pitched. But in that limited action, he did have a 3.75 ERA. And so far this summer for the Prune Packers, he's been solid. He had a game. He's pitched twice. He started twice, it looks like. One against the Potters where he got the win, 4 innings pitched, didn't give up a run. And then he went 5 innings against the Admirals, gave up 3 earned, and 8 and 6 strikeouts, respectively. So that K per 9 is pretty insane. But what do you see from Wyatt Tucker today?
Well, Wyatt Tucker is an illustration of how good the D1 pitchers in specifically the SEC are, because Wyatt Tucker, you said only only 12 innings pitched.
Yeah.
In the SEC, but in the CCL so far, he has looked dominant. I mean, in 10 innings overall, 16 strikeouts. In the CCL, more specifically, 14 strikeouts and 1 walk. So, I mean, he has been dominant here so far at 2.7 earned run average, and he hasn't let up a home run yet. I mean, these Prune Packers pitchers have only let up 2 home runs total, which is pretty good. I mean, yeah. I mean, I definitely expect Wyatt Tucker to challenge these hitters, and we've seen the Crawdads have been able to take walks, but sometimes the walks, there are a few, not all walks are the same. Some walks are because you have a good at bat. Some walks just because the pitcher can't locate. Well, Wyatt Tucker will be able to locate. So, if the Crawdads are going to be able to walk, it's going to be because they work a really good at bat and lay off stuff out of the strike zone. So definitely a much tougher matchup for the Crawdads.
Yeah, and let's just talk about some of the run support that Wyatt Tucker might be seeing today. So the lineup for the Prune Packers goes with Hamchuk in the leadoff spot, followed by Hodo, Duro, Nickens, Bravo, Almanza, Russell, Kramer, and McDonald. And so, this is a very good lineup, to say the least. What are your early indications with who stands out to you in this lineup?
Well, when we look at the CCL stats so far, Will Hodo from Alabama, he only had around 100 at bats in Alabama. Again, showing you how good the SEC is, and he had a 411 on base percentage. Granted, a lot of that was against non-conference opponents, but he still played a little bit against the SEC. But now he has a 700 on base percentage. I think he's batting like 650.
Yeah, 647
Yeah.
in CCL play.
Is that a good batting average?
That's
Justin?
pretty good.
Yeah, I think
That'll
that's pretty
play
good.
for sure.
Yeah, and the top 5 in their lineup, all of their batting averages are over 370.
Yeah.
So these guys can hit. They can hit.
Yeah, for sure. And just a couple guys that I wanted to highlight. Hamchuk and Duro. Hamchuk has a 458 batting average. Duro has a 450. And that's not in limited playing time either. Both guys have played 12 games so far in the CCL. Hamchuk's got some more ABs, probably because, in that leadoff spot that gives you a little more advantage. But, both have been very good. Both have a home run so far. And, look, what I also notice about just the Prune Packers hitters in general is that, at least in terms of CCL play, it's a lot of parity, right? You got 11 home runs for the team in the CCL from 11 different players. And so that just goes to show that theoretically anyone in this lineup can go yard. But, maybe no one in particular has dominated in terms of power in the CCL. They're getting on base and they're getting their hits, but everyone is capable of it, and so it's a pretty daunting lineup to say the least. But speaking of lineups, we could talk about the Crawdads lineup a little bit too, and we've got Ellis in the leadoff spot, Ryan Ellis, and then you got Casey Cummings batting second. And I lost the lineup. Do you got the lineup?
Yes, I do have the lineup, actually. Batting third, Ryan Brome. Then Matt King at third base. Joey Donnelly in first base. Sorry, Ryan Brome will be in left field. Joey Donnelly first base. Gilliam catching. Tyson Pointer in right field. Max Farfan at DH. And John Gazdar at shortstop batting ninth.
That's a really good lineup, too. You could tell that Brent is bringing the big guns to this series. This might be the best lineup that Brent has created so far. And he's got Flora today. He's got Spolero tomorrow. And so it should be really nice. Cummings, I feel like Cummings hasn't played a lot the last few days. He's taking some days off, but he's playing today. Obviously, we know Ryan Ellis is an on-base machine. We've got John Gazdar hitting ninth, and he could easily be the leadoff hitter for a lot of different teams. This is also going to be a very nice lineup. What do you take away from it?
Well, I take away we have John Gazdar batting ninth, and anytime you can have someone at Austin P, who was the doubles machine. He had 24 doubles at Austin P. He has 2 doubles this season already. He had 2 doubles last game. He was 4 for 4 last game. Anytime you can have that guy hitting ninth, that's pretty good. Max Farfan, we've seen him get hot. He's hitting 8th. So the depth of this lineup, I really like.
Yeah, for sure. And I just want to talk about Tyson Pointer a little bit. He's hitting 7th. And look, if they can really get Pointer going, he was hitting cleanup earlier in the year. And, him moving down to 7th, partly because of his struggles, but also just because they have so many other guys that they could put up to. Matt King is a guy who has been in that cleanup spot consistently ever since he's come over. And so, yeah, look, this is going to be a tough lineup to reckon with for Wyatt Tucker. But overall, look, the CCL tweeted out an article ran by some good friends of mine saying that the Prune Packers have the best team in the CCL and the Crawdads have the second best team. So you will be seeing a battle of not just the 2 best teams in the North right now, but maybe the 2 best teams in the entire CCL. It's going to be a fun one for sure. You got any takeaways? Not just for this game, but for the series as a whole?
Well, so when I look at these stats for the Prune Packers, I look at their pitching. So they have a 2.3 team ERA.
That's pretty good.
But when we look at the deeper numbers, all right, we look at walks and strikeouts more specifically. Their strikeout rate, they're striking out a third of their hitters. Are you familiar with the pitcher known as Devin Williams?
I have heard of Devin Williams.
Yes.
He's a darn good closer for the
he is,
Milwaukee Brewers.
Yeah, he is a pretty good pitcher. That's about he strikes out about as much as that. Have you heard of Shohei Ohtani?
Shohei Ohtani, yeah, he's really good at hitting and pitching.
Yeah, so that is a better strikeout rate than Shohei Ohtani, and they've walked 35 batters in about 460 plate appearances they've faced. So that's a walk rate of 0.08%. That's very low.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the lowest I've ever seen ever. So I mean, the Crawdads are going to have to earn their way on base because they might not be going to be able to walk. So they're going to have to hit their way on base. It's going to be a tough matchup.
Yeah, for sure. I like how you brought up some of those deeper stats that maybe you don't see right away on Point Streak, but when you really crunch the numbers, just goes to show how good they are. And I mean, some of the other stats that you could find easily off the internet. Look, the Prune Packers are back-to-back CCL champs. They've won the CCL North 5 straight years. And look, this has been a very dominant squad so far. And look, overall, I mean, you can look at the Crawdads and say, well, this is by far the most difficult team that the Crawdads have faced. But at the same time, this is also probably the most difficult team that the Prune Packers have faced. And so it's a battle of 2 giants right here. It's going to be a fun one for sure. We've got first pitch in about 6 minutes or so, roughly. We'll be wrapping this pregame show up and handing it over to our good friends, Austin Oda and Carson Mercier. But before we do that, anything else?
Nope, I think we've said all we can say. Now, watch some baseball.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun series. So thank you again for listening to the Walnut Creek Crawdads pregame show. For Kobe Siegel, I am Justin DeHaas. Thank you for joining us at the Creek.
The top two teams in the California Collegiate League face off for the first time in the 2023 season here at Monte Vista High School. Hello and welcome to the broadcast booth. Austin Oda, alongside me, my fantastic color man, Carson Mercier. The perfect team is no longer perfect. The Crawdads on an 11-game unbeaten streak. Let's watch some baseball.
Yeah, hey, the Crawdads, they've been on fire. It's been a while since we've seen them lose, and the Prune Packers, they're not a bad team either. Not too shabby. Only one loss on the season. It was in a 7-inning doubleheader, so a little bit, Mickey Mouse, you could say. Doesn't exactly count, but it does towards the records. The Stars are out. The Scouts are out. It's going to be a fun Jackson Flora bump day.
Mark Wazakowski's here. Oregon head coach.
Wow.
I'm freaking out. I'm going to go say hi to him at some point. That's so cool. Hey, I have to do my actual job now, but I'm fangirling a little bit. Hey, Crawdads come in 13-3-1, Healdsburg 19-1 overall. Robbie Hamchuk, Will Hodo, Hunter Duro to lead off for the Packers. They'll be followed by Cam Nickens. Damian Bravo, the right fielder, hits 5th. Christian Almanza, the first baseman, hits 6th, with Kyle Russell, last year's CCL Player of the Year, Joey Kramer, hitting 8th, and Blake McDonald hitting 9th. Robbie Hamchuk steps to the plate. Hamchuk hitting .413 on the summer, a home run, 13 runs batted in. First pitch from Jackson Flora as a fastball lined to center field, dropping quickly, and that'll be a leadoff base hit for Robbie Hamchuk.
Yeah, not the start that Flora wanted. It's a fastball right down the middle, and you got to know that these teams are going to be aggressive. Doesn't matter. It's the first pitch of the game. The Prune Packers are an aggressive team. They don't strike out. They don't walk. They hit for power. They kind of do it all.
Here's Will Hodo, second place hitter, .552 average. That's not a joke. 2 home runs, 10 runs batted in. Left-handed hitter facing Jackson Fleur, the long righty. His first pitch is up and away with a fastball. Crawdads defense from left to right in the outfield. Ryan Brome, Casey Cummings, Tyson Pointer. At third base, Matt King with John Gazdar to his left. Ryan Ellis and Joey Donnelly on the right side. Pickoff move. Back in at first is Hamchuk. Sam Gilliam, the catcher, with Jackson Flora, the righty. 5.06 ERA, 5 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts to 4 walks. The 1-0. Fastball outer edge, called strike 1. We didn't do first pitch time and temperature.
Just about to get to that. Your first pitch time and temperature is brought to you by Meadowlark Dairy, trying to hang on to that old town vibe since the early 1900s.
A 4:01 start time.
What's the temperature?
1-1. Runner goes. Curveball up and away. Gilliam's throw to second is a little late. High throw. Gazdar tried to snap it down, but it was not in time. Andy Mack, what's the temperature? 71 degrees. It is a perfect day for baseball. A little more cloudy than we've seen usually, but a great summer day. 2 balls and a strike to Will Hodo with Hunter Duro on deck. Two 1. Fly ball left side. That'll get foul.
Yeah, Flora's going to have to find a way to get ahead of every single batter he faces. You got to throw first pitch strikes, and they have to be quality first pitch strikes as well. You can't just pepper in fastballs and see what happens. No, that's not going to work today. You got to paint the corners, and this is a kid that can.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Here it comes. Change up top to second base. Ryan Ellis on 3 hops, scoops, throws to first in time. Moving up to third is Hamchuk, first out of the inning.
And that is a productive out on the bases, and rolling over the right side, typically that's not the result that you're necessarily looking for, but right here, moving a runner 90 feet away from home is the pretty much perfect situation.
Here's Hunter Duro, third baseman out of San Jose State. .473 average, a pair of home runs, 17 runs batted in. First pitch, Flora, slider, grounded to third. Matt King on 2 hops. He'll come home. The throw is a little high. Gilliam applies the tag. It's in time to get the runner at the plate. 5-2 on the putout. A terrific play by the third baseman.
That's a very smart baseball play. The corner's there, not playing up, but Matt King had that ball hit hard enough to him. He saw a green light right at the plate. A perfect strike to Gilliam, and had Robbie Hamchuk out by 15 feet.
That'll bring up Cameron Nickens, .412 average, 3 home runs, 15 runs batted in. These numbers are somewhat pedestrian for this team. First pitch to him is a slider, tapped to third, but foul.
Hey, look,
Baseball's going to baseball.
baseball's going to baseball, but even then, I mean, who have the Prune Packers played this year? It's not
Lincoln a couple times, and that's about it.
Yeah. So, hey, look, there's no doubt about the fact that they have a very talented roster. I'm not saying they don't, but
Good move back to first by Flora. Apologies.
but they haven't exactly played the top of the top.
This is the top of the top. These are the
yeah.
two top teams in the CCL, according to this week's power rankings by Sam Newt and Sean Brennan. The 0-1 fouled off to the right. We'll do 0-2.
I'm really excited to watch Flora pitch in this game. He's only going to go 3 innings. That's what we've been told. But, hey, he followed me on Twitter, so that's pretty cool.
Some college coaches here to watch him. Mike New and Mark Wazakowski, both Pac-12 guys here to watch him. Pickoff move. Back in at first is Hunter Duro.
And he's just really impressive. You know, we talked about a couple other of these guys with plus primary pitches, a fastball, maybe a slider, but not much else. Flora kind of has multiple plus pitches to his name.
0-2. Up high, gets past Gilliam into the backstop. Moving up to second is Duro, and it's 1-2. On wild pitch,
Tough
it's
to
like a
tell.
50-50 one.
I probably pass ball there.
Ball was way up high. Target was low, but either way, probably a play that Gilliam should make. A ball and 2 strikes to the right-handed hitter Cameron Nickens with Damian Bravo on deck. The 1-2. Slider grounded to first. Joey Donnelly gets the high hop on a backhand, runs it to the bag himself, and retires the side. A leadoff single, but Matt King throws to Sam Gilliam to get the runner out at the plate, trying to advance. We'll head to the bottom of the first, where the Crawdads bats will try to attack here on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. A very good start for the Crawdads. Some really good defense on the infield helped them to a shutdown first inning, and now they'll hand the bats to their lineup. The lineup who has been great in the first inning so far this season will try to continue that here against the tough righty Wyatt Tucker. The Crawdads lineup, Ryan Ellis back in his leadoff spot. He's been on fire. Hitting second, Casey Cummings with Ryan Brome in the 3-hole. Matt King, tremendous defensive play in the first. He's in the cleanup spot with Joey Donnelly, the Moon Man, hitting 5th. Sam Gilliam, the catcher, bats 6th. 7, 8, 9 goes Tyson Pointer, Max Farfan, John Gazdar. There is not one easy out in this Crawdads lineup.
No, and Wyatt Tucker has been pretty good this year. His last start against the Admirals went 5 innings, 3 earned runs, 5 hits, 6 strikeouts, a walk. Wasn't his best outing, but on the season, 2.7 ERA. This is his 3rd game started. 10 innings pitched, 16 strikeouts. He has the punchies going early on in the season.
Ryan Ellis, 447 average, 3 home runs, 11 runs batted in. First pitch to him is a slider at the knees, called strike 1.
I'm excited to see what this lineup is going to do against a legit pitching staff. Texas A&M, it's where Wyatt Tucker pitched. That's a legit school.
0-1. Ellis swings and misses at a good changeup, 0-2. On the year, Tucker 1-0, 2.7 ERA, like you mentioned, 16 strikeouts, 10 innings pitched. He really hasn't had a bad start.
Yeah, the one against the Admirals wasn't great, but found a way to win that game 10-9. That's all you're looking for.
0-2 to Ellis. Fastball low, 1-2.
Looks like the fastball's got some good velo on it. I think that's probably one of the first times this year that we can say that we've seen an opposing fastball up around 90 in the 90s.
Agreed. The 1-2. Outside with the slider. Tried to be wrapped in by Blake McDonald, but to no avail. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Hey, slider, cutter, whatever that is, that's a good pitch on the outer half. It, didn't get the strike call, but it was close.
2-2 to number 2. Here it comes. Fastball popped in the air, shallow center field. Sprinting in is Robbie Hamchuk. Now he slows down and makes the catch for the first out. The outfield for the Prune Packers, left to right, Will Hodo, Robbie Hamchuk, Damian Bravo, with Hunter Duro and Kyle Russell, third baseman and shortstop respectively. Last year's CCL Player of the Year, Joe Kramer, is at second base, with Christian Almanza, the WCC Co-Player of the Year, over at first. Blake McDonald will be behind the plate, and Wyatt Tucker, as we mentioned, on the bump. Here's Casey Cummings, 324 average, 4 home runs, 6 batted in. First pitch to Cummings is down and away, 1-0.
Cummings, a guy that played very well at Chabot. Obviously his freshman year at USD rather, didn't play all that much. Now he's getting a real opportunity to get some good pitching.
1-0, slider, swing and a miss. Good 1-0 off speed. Casey's been great. Looking to continue that against the top team in the North. The 1-1. Cummings takes a slider a little high, 2-0. 2-1, excuse me. Ron Mosso calling balls and strikes behind the plate with Harvey Maxey on the right side and Paul Remedios roaming over on the left. Those are your umpires. 2-1. Cummings swings through a good fastball up high, 2-2.
Love that challenge fastball, top of the zone. So tough for a hitter to resist, and Cummings put a good swing on it. Maybe a tick behind it.
2 balls, 2 strikes, and an out to the second place hitter. Takes off the outside, 3-2. Good job by the Crawdads hitters, seeing a good amount of pitches through the first 2 at-bats. Ellis saw 5. This will be the 6th to Cummings. 3-2. Cummings fists one, shallow center field. Robbie Hamchuk, though, moving to his left, will make the catch for out number 2. A pair of flyouts center field to start the game for the Crawdads.
Couple of Crawdads a tick behind the fastball. Both those flyouts have been on the fastball. That one to Casey Cummings in on the hands, had that nice arm side run from Wyatt Tucker. Got to try and get out in front of the fastball. Got to get extended.
Here's Ryan Brome, 302 average, 3 home runs, 16 runs batted in. First pitch to Brome. Checked his swing, but it's a strike anyway. On the inside, 0-1.
Hey, Brome's a guy that gets better against the better pitching that he faces. I think he says that, you say that, so expect a show from Bromey today.
The 0-1. Brome swings at a good changeup off the outside, 0-2.
That's a messed up pitch from a righty. I mean, I would never in a million years be able to hit that as a left-handed hitter. It's falling away from you. What a pitch.
Here's the 0-2 to Brome. Swing and a miss. Got him swinging. 3 up, 3 down for Wyatt Tucker in the first. Led to the second. Still no score here on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. No score here in the top half of the second inning as Jackson Flora is back out for his second inning of work. Let off a leadoff single, but had help by his defense and got out of the first inning unscathed. He'll be facing Damian Bravo, Christian Almanza, and then Kyle Russell. First pitch to Bravo is a fastball line straight back, right over our favorite spot, the crowd mic, 0-1.
I'll ring the bell a little bit.
A little bit. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Flora. Fastball, hit to the same spot. I'm just glad the crowd mic is working, because we were worried for a while that it wasn't on.
Yeah. It's a little tough.
It's definitely working.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. No balls, 2 strikes. Good job by Flora to get ahead of the leadoff hitter this inning. The 0-2 is up and away. A ball and 2 strikes. We saw Jackson Flora throw a bullpen the other day. It's
fun.
Mesmerizing.
It is. It's fun to watch a pitcher of his caliber.
1-2. Fastball got him swinging. Just blew it past him at the knees. First strikeout for Flora.
First strikeout, first out of inning number 2. Just love that. Love that at bat from Jackson. 4 fastballs. Here it is. See what you can do with it. Blow it right by him.
Here's Christian Almanza. Crazy that he's hitting in the 6th spot. This is the WCC Co-Player of the Year, big left-handed hitting first baseman. Nearly 20 home runs this year. First pitch to him is a fastball just below the knees, 1-0. No home runs this summer for him, 328 average. Does have 12 runs batted in. He's been hitting the double. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Ball and a strike.
Unique stance. Fun stance. I like it.
He is a good hitter. Does not have batter's presence.
No.
The 1-1. Tapper right back to the mound. Jackson Flores got it. Will run it to first and toss it over to Donnelly for out number 2. Say it with me.
PFP. Doesn't get any better than that. Jackson Flora, taught to perfection. Absolutely textbook. Snag that thing. Take a few steps. Underhand toss. Easy, easy out number 2.
That'll bring up Kyle Russell. Pac-12 kid, 250 average, a home run, 6 batted in, out of Washington State University on the Palouse. First pitch from Flora. Slider right down the middle, 0-1.
Really like that pitch. He's been pounding the zone with fastballs this inning and break off a first pitch slider.
0-1. Slider, same spot, but this one fouled back. Over us, 0-2.
Now you're way ahead. You don't got to make a perfect pitch here if you're Jackson Flora. You just make something that sets up the next one. And if you get a swing and miss, you get some weak contact, great.
The 0-2. Fastball just a little high. No, called strike 3, and that'll end the inning. Good spot by Flora, I guess. Second strikeout of the game, second strikeout of the inning. 93 on the gun from Jackson Flora. We'll head to the bottom of the second, still no score. Bottom half of the second inning, still no score. A hit for the Pack, nothing for the Crawdads. 4-5-6 due up for Walnut Creek. Matt King leads off with Joey Donnelly and Sam Gilliam behind him. A strikeout in his first inning of work for Wyatt Tucker. First pitch of the second inning of work to Matt King is a fastball on the inside, strike one. King, 387 his average, a home run, 11 runs batted in. The 0-1. Lined right to third, right at Hunter Durow. Goes to a knee to get it. Good piece of hitting by Matt King, but one out.
Baseball is going to baseball. We saw the first inning in the top of the first, the little bloopy base hit into center field. This one hit on the screws right at the third baseman. A little unfortunate for Matt King.
Here's Joey Donnelly. 278 average, 2 home runs, 10 runs batted in. First pitch to him is off the outside, 1-0. I was supposed to update his walk-up music, and I don't think I did.
Brutal.
That's on me. The 1-0. Donnelly grounds it through the right side, off the glove of Almanza, second baseman. Kramer goes over to get it, will try to flip to first, but he flubs it, and that's a single for Joey Donnelly. First hit for the Crawdads.
Hey, the Crawdads starting to see some pitches they'd like. The 2 balls put in play this inning have been hit very, very hard, and that one there, no exception. Sam Gilliam now with the chance.
Gilly's been great. 257 average, a pair of home runs, 6 runs batted in. Pretty easily the most production that Brant Cummings has had out of a catcher position.
Hey, I think all 3 catchers are
I would agree.
very, very solid.
Donnelly, a short lead off first. First pitch to Gilliam is off the fist to the right side, foul. 0-1.
3 solid options, 3 solid defensive options. No one's really going to limit you in any way. Nico Button has been starting to heat up, so it's a good crew of catching.
The 0-1. Grounded through the left side, off the glove of the diving Doro and into left field for a base hit. Back-to-back knocks for the Crawdads. Have runners on first and second, still just 1 out.
And tough little break there for Hunter Durow. It looked like, I think he got fooled by the swing, thought it was hit a lot harder than it was. Went to the dive and kind of got caught in a tough position with what he should do with his body. Hey, the Crawdads will take 2 infield singles.
That'll bring up Tyson Pointer. Looking to get right. 208 his average, a pair of home runs, 10 runs batted in. A lot of power. He's a guy I would expect to be better against better pitching. First pitch to him is a slider off the outside, 1-0. And I think he's been starting to swing it better either way.
Yeah.
Up to 294 in non-conference play. Got to get that league average up. But a guy that's too talented to keep hitting at the Mendoza line. Tucker looks second and the 1-0. Tapper to the left side. Ryan Lovato cannot make the play at third. An EC, error on the third base coach.
Error on the got to have soft hands over there. That one's slow chopper. Got to keep those in front.
He's trying to play it off like he didn't, really want to make a play on it, but we all know the real truth.
Oh, yeah.
1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Pointer, the strikeouts have been the problem this year. He'd be the first to acknowledge that.
Yeah, 19 strikeouts, just 3 walks.
The 1-2. Donnelly goes from second, pitches off the outside, throw goes to third. It is not in time. The CCL North's leader in steals adds on to his total, and the Crawdads have runners on the corners.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought it would be Joey Donnelly to lead the CCL in steals?
Not me.
No.
2 balls and 2 strikes. He's just getting good reads.
Yep.
You fall asleep, and Joey Donnelly will take advantage.
Hey, stealing third is easy.
2-2. High pop-up on the infield. First baseman Almanza in foul territory gives it a look and will make the catch for out number 2. A non-productive at-bat from Pointer.
Yeah, with runners, a runner in scoring position, less than 2. You're trying to get the ball in the air. Right idea from Tyson Pointer. Just got a little bit under it. Had he got that out into the outfield, would have given Donnelly, the speed demon at third, a chance to tag up and score.
Here's Max Farfan. Farfan, 200 average right at the Mendoza line. 3 home runs, 10 runs batted in. First pitch to him. Farfan swings through a heavy fastball off the outside. 1-0. 0-1. A little bit of cut.
Yep.
A lot of bit of cut.
Oh, yeah.
The 0-1. Same spot, called a strike, 0-2.
That's a tough pitch.
Big strike zone from Ron Mosso behind the dish. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Tucker has let up a couple infield singles trying to get out of the inning here. The 0-2 runner goes from first. Stopping a start. Wild pitch. Here comes Donnelly for the plate. He will score, and it's 1-0 Crawdads.
Hey, you'll take them however you can get them. Pass ball, wild pitch. Yeah, sure, we'll take it. We'll take the 1-0 lead.
So the wild pitch moves Donnelly to the plate and Gilliam to second. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1-0 now the Crawdads lead. Here's the 1-2. Farfan taps it foul, stays alive. Looked like a changeup there.
Changeup, maybe a slower cutter. So I couldn't exactly tell, but it definitely wasn't the fastball. Good job by Farfan. Get a piece, stay alive.
Good job by Austin to read the swing.
Hey, look at you.
I'm learning.
Look at you.
A ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Farfan. Dangerous power at the plate. The 1-2. Farfan hits it high to right field and deep, but in the park. Damian Bravo, the right fielder, circles under it, and he will make the catch for out number 3. But the Crawdads score once on 2 hits. A wild pitch brings Joey Donnelly home. We'll head to the top of the 3rd. The Crawdads lead it 1-0. Dads lead at 1-0 as we head to the top of the 3rd inning. Jackson Flora has been very good. 2 strikeouts to his name so far, but he'll be facing 8-9-1. Joey Kramer, Blake McDonald, and then the top of the lineup, Robbie Hamchuk. Kramer, last year's CCL Player of the Year, has not seen the same success this year. 244 is average a home run, 13 batted in. First pitch, fastball, fouled back, 0-1. In 2 years against the Crawdads, Joey Kramer, 10 games played, 395 average, a 1.189 OPS, 4 home runs, 13 runs batted in.
Solid?
It's not bad.
No. No.
He's a baseball player.
Baseball player playing baseball, doing baseball things.
Crawdads wearing their traditionally road grays with the red craw across the letters, Walnut Creek on their hats, white pinstriped pants, black socks, Healdsburg in their gray, all grays with black sleeves. The 0-1. Slider it high and deep to left. Going back, Ryan Brome towards the line. Reaches up, can't make the catch. Takes one hop high against the wall. Kramer around first. He'll head for second. Brome's throw in is just a little late. A cannon from Ryan Brome in left field. My goodness.
Ryan Brome, man. I don't know if he took the best route to that ball. He probably could have played it a little bit better off the wall and had a chance at throwing out Kramer at second base. But, I mean, still would have been a really tough play, but he just threw a strike from the left field corner. I mean, my goodness.
Here's Blake McDonald out of St. Mary's College, local kid. First pitch to him is a fastball down low, 1-0. McDonald, 244 average, a home run, 4 runs batted in. A guy that's played here forever. Him and Kimball Schuessler, the other catcher, have really blocked anyone else from catching for Healdsburg for the last couple of years as Flora fires a fastball past him 1-1. You should be excited to see Kimball Schuessler catch.
Yeah.
Probably the best defensive catcher I've seen live.
Looking forward to it.
The 1-1. Fastball, fly to the right side, foul.
Looking forward to seeing a couple of other players on this Healdsburg.
I don't know, name a couple.
You know, some Gaucho legends, Elliot Gallegos, Michael Rice, Jared Sundstrom. Jared Sundstrom especially. I mean, that guy's a baseball player.
He's a baseball player.
He's a baseball player.
A ball and 2 strikes to the 9th place hitting McDonald. Flora looks to second, looking for that 3rd strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Fastball grounded to short. John Gazdar scoops it up on the carpet and throws it over to first. Donnelly with a good stretch to retire McDonald.
Perfectly done. Get the ground ball left side. Look the runner back to second. Throw it to first. Easy out number 1. And now the top of the order coming up.
Robbie Hamchuk, 1 for 1, a single, a stolen base, and then got thrown out at home on a great play by Matt King. It's 1-0 Crawdads here in the top of the 3rd. A pair of hits for both squads. Runner on second, Kramer with okay speed. For Laura's first pitch is a slider down and away. Ball and no strikes. Flora's already with 2 strikeouts. Once again, just those 2 hits. No action yet in the Crawdads bullpen. The 1-0. Fastball below the knees, 2-0.
We're going to get to see McShane today.
Probably another reason why Coach Waz is here.
Probably. I think that's probably one of the main reasons. Featherston's not throwing today.
2 balls and no strikes. Flora delivers. Fastball lined to the right side, foul. 2-1. Back into the screen. Some big portal names on this Crawdads team, too. So Coach Waz, Coach Mike New of Cal.
Quite the crowd.
Yeah. Me. You.
Me, yeah.
2-1 to Hamchuk. Flora looks to second. Kramer was getting a big lead. Here's the pitch. Slider. Down and away. Hamchuk's checked his swing, but definitely held up. 3-1.
It's not a bad pitch. 2-1 rather. You're trying to get that closer to the zone. I don't hate that in a 2-strike count or just not a 2-ball count.
3-1. Fastball, line drive, base hit left field. Over to get it is Ryan Brome. They're going to send the runner to the plate. Brome's coming up throwing. Here's his throw to the plate. It is in time to get him. Ryan Brome has done it again and holds the game at 1-0.
Ryan Brome is incredible. Guy has a cannon. It's not the first time this year either.
Man, I love Ryan Brome. He is showing out for the coaches here.
Hey, he's looking for a new home.
Hamchuk moves to second. Just saying, he would look good in green. He's been trying to get to Oregon all year. I've been talking to that kid forever about wanting him to get to Oregon. Perfect throw. Great tag by Gilly, by the way. We can't.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness. First pitch here is just a little low to Will Hodo. Grounded out to first. Grounded out to second his first time.
I think the second that ball was hit into left field and I saw the windmill at third base, I think I whispered, he's out.
1-0. Fastball at the knees, 1-1. And I saw Joey Gomes did a very nonchalant send at third, like, oh yeah, you're in there easily.
Yeah.
It wasn't close.
Yeah.
He was right about it not being close, but
if you didn't know, now you know about Ryan Brome.
should have seen the throw to second and seen that one coming. The 1-1. On the outside, upper edge, 2-1. Or, 1-2, excuse me. Looked up and away.
It did.
But, hey, we'll take it.
Hey, thank you very much. Take strike 2. Pitchers count. Make a pitcher's pitch. Doesn't have to be perfect.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Look to second.
Ground ball, you're out of the inning.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second. It's the tying run here in the third. Flora looks to second. Now to the plate. Slider got him swinging. Beautiful pitch by Jackson Flora gets him out of the inning with a ton of help in left field. Ryan Brome has done it again. He continues to dazzle. Jackson Flora's third strikeout of the day, and we'll head to the bottom of the third inning. 1-0, Crawdads lead. Bottom half of the third inning, Crawdads lead 1-0 as John Gazdar leads off the bottom of the third. 1-0 Crawdads. We are still amazed by what Ryan Brome does every day. First pitch to John is down and away, 1-0. Gazdar, 462 average. He's made an immediate impact after a 4-for-4 day. Just an RBI.
Been talking about CRS, catcher run saved all year.
1-0. Gazdar grounds it to third on 2 hops, goes through Kramer's glove and into left field. Gazdar's going to take a big turnaround first, but he'll stop right there. E5 to start the inning.
Well, we've been talking about CRS, catcher's run saved, and already in this game, DRS, defensive run saved, 2, one from Matt King. Of course, Ryan Brome helping the pitchers out, and immediate pressure by John Gazdar, second pitch swinging. Hot shot, ground ball, finds its way through the wickets into left field. Again, they'll take it.
Here's Ryan Ellis. Flew out to center field this first time, so he's 0 for 1. I feel like we haven't seen a ton of Ryan Ellis 0 for 1 this year.
No.
Gazdar, great speed on first. First pitch to Ellis is hit high to right field, pretty deep, but in the park. Ranging over to his right is Bravo. In the alleyway makes the catch for out number 1.
Ellis, in his first at-bat, got jammed on the fastball. This one a little out in front, caught the fastball off the end of the bat. So you just got to find find the middle. Find the middle in his next at-bat.
Here's Casey Cummings, center fielder, 0 for 1, flew out to center in his first at-bat as well. First pitch is off the outside with what looked like a slider, 1-0. Ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. Tapper left side foul. 1-1. Shout out Carter. Elite ball boy.
One of my favorites.
Yeah. Of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Pickoff move. Gazdar's backing it first, throws wide of Almanza. Gazdar's going to head to second. He might turn for third, and he will. Almanza's got it on the first base side. He's not even going to make a throw. An E1, Gazdar hustles his way to third. The Crawdads are in business.
E5, E1. You write that in the same little box. Not often you see that, but John Gazdar is on third base.
No hits in the inning.
No hits in the inning. No walks.
Pair of errors.
Wow.
Baseball's going to baseball.
Don't you love it?
I do. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Good off-speed pitch. A ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, I went to the slider there. Went in the pitch prior. It's just a good pitch. Slider has a lot of movement.
Needs to put a ball in play here. 1-2. Slider down and away. 2-2.
Yeah, I went back to that same pitch, a little bit lower, a little bit more outside. Good job by Casey Cummings not to pull the trigger. Got the corners in, something on the ground up the middle, scores a run.
2-2. Cummings grounds it up the middle off the leg of the pitcher. Second baseman Kramer's going to go to a dive to get it. He's got no throw. A base hit for Casey Cummings. The Crawdads are up 2-0.
Hot shot, look out. Return to sender, right off the foot of Wyatt Tucker. Would have been a nice play by Joey Kramer, the second baseman, had he been able to make a throw in time. He wasn't. Second run of the ball game. Crawdads have a 2-run lead here early. Love to see it.
Here's Ryan Brome. Have you heard about the throw he made last inning?
A thing or two, nothing special though.
He has just continued to be so fun to watch. First pitch to Ryan. Off the inside, 1-0. No help by Blake McDonald, by the way.
A little tough there. McDonald set up on the outer half. The pitch was down and in. Probably a called strike if McDonald is set up in a more neutral position.
1-0. Brome takes down low, 2-0.
Hey, you know Ryan Brome can throw someone out defensively, but this kid can hit too, so watch out.
Yeah, he can. Yeah, he can. He's a good player. Cummings, good lead off first. We'll see if he goes. 2-0. Brome takes off the outs. Snow on the outside. 2-1.
Wow.
Fat zone.
It's pulsing.
That's my pulsing sound. 2-1. Cummings goes. Pitches up and away. Throw is high to second. Goes over the head of the shortstop into center field. Cummings would have made it either way. 3-1 to Brome. We heard all day, by the way, about how good this Packers team was defensively. 2 errors in the inning, a ball that should have been an error on the throw to second if Cummings hadn't been there already. Just saying.
Hey, you don't see it all that often, but mental mistakes here at Monte Vista, it's a tough place to play.
3-1. Ball 4 inside. Death taxes Ryan Brome taking walks, and Healdsburg making 2 errors through 3 innings.
I feel like it's been a while since we've seen one of these classic Ryan Brome at bats where he, sees 5 pitches and walks. He's been swinging a hot bat, not fouling much off, not wasting any time. More classic at bat for him here. Here's Matt King, who hit a ball very hard in his last at bat, so look out.
And that's another Meadowlark winner.
Oh yeah.
Here's Matt King, 0 for 1, lined out hard to the left side his first time. Big, powerful right-handed batter. The first pitch to him is off the outside. 1-0.
Want to go to Meadowlark after this game?
I really do.
I wanted the chocolate vanilla swirl this time. I got the just chocolate.
A ball and no strikes. Tucker looks to second. Now comes home. King lines it straight back. Hello, crowd, Mike. Ball and a strike.
Another cutter there from Wyatt Tucker. It's a good pitch. It's got the late action, cutting from a righty. It's a tough pitch to barrel up.
1-1 with 1 out. Here in the third, here's the pitch. Hit high, pretty deep to right field towards the line. Damian Bravo hustles over into the Crawdads bullpen. He cannot make the catch. It's foul. Right next to whoever's warming up for the Dads right now. Literally like pushed up to the fence at the same time, right next to each other.
Oh, look out.
1 ball and 2 strikes, 2-0 Crawdads lead. Slow walk to the mound for Wyatt Tucker, who's still without a baseball. Now he finds one. One ball, 2 strikes with an out. No runs, 3 hits, a pair of costly errors for Healdsburg. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Dads. Huh. The 1-2. King grounds it to third on 2 hops. Throw goes to a knee to get it. Goes to second one. Throw back to first is in time to double off Matt King. 5-4-3 around the horn they go. But a run comes home to score on 1 hit, an error. They leave a runner on. We'll head to the top of the 4th where Carson Mercier will take over on play-by-play here on the Crawdads Streaming Network.
Top of the 4th inning here at Monte Vista High School. My name is Carson Mercier. It's 2-0 Crawdads. They lead after scoring in back-to-back innings. Jackson Flora back to work. He's been very, very good today in his 3 innings. He'll face 3, 4, 5 in this Prune Packer lineup. First pitch slider in there for a called strike to Hunter DeRoe. 0 for 1 today, grounded out into a 5-2 fielder's choice. 0-1 pitch, fastball hit in the air, right side. Tyson Pointer gives it a look, but will watch it into the softball field. 0-2. 3 hits for both sides. The difference is the 2 errors for the Prune Packers. They are sound defensively, not the case today. 0-2 pitch, slider that backs up on Jackson Flora, misses high for a ball, 1-2. Flora through his 3 innings, 3 hits, 3 strikeouts, 40 pitches deep at this point. 1-2, curveball taken just a little bit high, did not miss by much. He wanted it. Nonetheless, the count goes to 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 from Flora. Fastball sharply hit on the ground left side. That's into left field. A base hit. Over to cut it off is Ryan Brome. Comes up with the strong throw that holds Hunter DeRoe at first base, but nevertheless, it's a leadoff single here in the top of the 4th inning. Nobody out. A runner on first for the designated hitter, Cameron Nickens. Grounded into a 3 unassisted in his first at-bat back in the 1st inning. Fouls the first pitch he sees out of play. 0-1. Infield, outfield, straight up. The small lead for Hunter DeRoe off first base. Not going. Slider hit on the ground, up the middle. Second baseman Ellis slides. It's off his glove and into center field. DeRoe will advance 90 feet. It's a single for Cam Nickens. Back-to-back base hits in the top of the 4th inning is how the Prune Packers start. That'll bring up Damian Bravo, the right fielder, was the first strikeout victim of Jackson Flora, 1 of 3 back in the 2nd inning. First pitch fastball fouled back off the face of Sam Gilliam. 0-1. Two nothing ball game here in the top of the 4th inning. 2 runners on for the Prune Packers. 19-1 this year. 0-1 fastball again, fouled back, 0-2. They've been very good. Very, very good they've been. And they had an 18-game winning streak to start the season. Lost a 7-inning doubleheader against the Admirals. Mudcats. The Mudcats, yeah. The Mudcats are not very good. 0-2, fastball hit on the line into right field. Tyson Pointer moving over. It's going to drop right in front of him. Being waved around from third base is DeRoe. The throw goes to second, and Nickens advances to third. 3 straight hits for the Prune Packers here in the top of the 4th inning. A run comes in to score. Runners on the corners. The lead for the Crawdads is cut in half. Three consecutive hits will warrant a meeting on the mound between Sam Gilliam and Jackson Flora. Just trying to calm the young righty down. Been pitching pretty well today. He has had help from his defense. Of course, Matt King throwing out a runner at the plate back in the 1st inning. And Ryan Brome, the left fielder, throwing a runner out at the plate as well to end the 3rd. Here's Christian Almanza. Almanza watches a fastball that misses down and out, 1-0. Only 1 first pitch strike for Flora in this inning, and that's been the difference. He's been getting ahead all of today. This inning, the exception, 1-0, fastball fouled back, 1-1. Action in the Crawdads bullpen. Looks like a lefty getting loose down there. Ryan Recess. Haven't seen him yet this year. It's his first day as a Crawdad this year. 1-1. Misses a little low. 2 balls and a strike. Runners on the corners. Nobody out in a 2-1 ball game. Crawdads still in the lead, but the Prune Packers threatening. 2-1 fastball. And an appeal. They're going to say he didn't go somehow. That'll make the count 3-1. Looked like Almanza got tied up, but it's not going to matter. 3 balls, a strike, 3 straight singles for the Prune Packers. 3-1 pitch, swung on and missed, 3-2. Flora needed it. Looked like the heater blew it right back by him to fill the count. Cam Nickens on third. Damian Bravo, the runner, on first. Small lead for both. 3-2 pitch. Slider taken a little bit high. Ball 4. That'll load the bases here in the 4th. Just the first walk issued from the right-hander Jackson Flora today. Here's Kyle Russell. Shortstop is 0 for 1. He struck out in his last at-bat in the first. First pitch fastball, catches the corner for a called strike, 0-1. Infield not in. Flora working out of the windup. 0-1 pitch. Slider maybe looked like Gilliam got crossed up. Misses low, 1-1. Flora to the plate, swinging a miss. Fastball right by him, 1-2. Small lead all around for the Prune Packers. 1-2 pitch. Slider swung on and missed. Flora needed it. It's his 4th strikeout of the ball game. It's the first out here in the 4th. Took Flora 4 batters to get 1 out. 3 straight singles, the walk, and now the strikeout. 1 away, still bases loaded here in the top of the 4th.
I decided that I was bad luck, so I had to come back up and do my job.
I absolutely agree with you. First pitch to Joey Kramer. He pops it up in the infield. Donnelly crashing. It'll be Matt King on the right side of the infield over the first base line making the catch. He went a long way to get that.
Matt King is so good at that, though.
Yeah.
It seems like there's no trouble with him when he's the ball goes so high in the air. And there's no problem for Matt King. He makes every play. He's clearly the captain of the pop-up dance on the infield.
He's not afraid of him.
No. I am.
We know. Base is still loaded for the number 9 hitter, the catcher Blake McDonald. Grounded out to John in his last at-bat, fouls back. The first pitch fastball off to the right, out of play, 0-1. I'm glad to have you back up here in the booth.
Thank you.
Got a little bit lonely.
As you do.
Flora out of the windup. 0-1 fastball, ran inside and hit him.
Ouch.
With the bases loaded, a run will come in to score. The game is now tied at 2.
Ouch in multiple ways, because add him up 0-1. We're looking good in terms of trying to come back from bases loaded, no outs. But all of a sudden the Pack have tied it and the top of the lineup is up.
Here's Robbie Hamchuk, 2 for 2 already. Couple of singles, and he's continuing his great year. 458 average coming into today. It's only going to get better. Infield back, first pitch in the dirt, good stop by Gilliam, 1-0.
Huge at bat right now.
Got to find a way to keep it tied.
Ryan Recess warming up in the bullpen, but you don't want to have to get to him.
Infield, outfield, straight up. 1-0 from Flora, fastball, fouled off to the right and out of play. That'll even the count, a ball and a strike.
And if you're Flora here, you just cannot be afraid to still come inside. You have to be willing to throw that fastball tight.
Bases still loaded. 2 away here in the 4th inning. Go ahead run just 90 feet away. 1-1 pitch. Fastball fouled straight back 1-2.
Way late on that fastball.
Hamchuk, the 8th hitter to bat in this inning. Bases loaded. 1 ball, 2 strike. Flora out of the windup. Fastball just a little bit high. 2-2.
Pitch that's been called so far today. Think it's a good spot there on 1-2.
Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Flora delivers the 2-2 to the plate. Curveball taken, strike 3. Jackson Flora strikes out a pair, gets out of the bases loaded jam. However, the Prune Packers record 3 hits, 2 runs, a couple of walks. They tie this game up at 2. We're going to the bottom of the 4th at Monte Vista High School. Bottom 4 brand new ball game. We're knotted up at 2. It's the Prune Packers and the Crawdads. Joey Donnelly, Sam Gilliam, and Tyson Pointer due up in the home half of the 4th inning. Donnelly 1 for 1, singled, stole a base, and scored in his last at bat. Wyatt Tucker back to work for inning number 4 of work. First pitch fastball misses low, 1-0.
Wyatt Tucker's really struggled getting in the strike zone, I think. He's been falling behind a lot of counts. He doesn't have that high walk number, but still falling behind a lot of good hitters counts for the Crawdads to hit in.
59 pitches through 3 innings. 1-0. Finds the corner, 1-1. He's got the good stuff.
Definitely.
You can definitely see the cutter is good. The slider is very good. 1-1 pitch, a slider swung on a miss from Donnelly. Exactly what we're talking about.
Big, just a lot of downward break to it. You think slider, you hear a little more, a little more horizontal break, but that one good vertical drop.
1-2 pitch, changeup swung on and missed. It's the second strikeout for Wyatt Tucker today. It's the first out here in the 4th.
To be able to tunnel the slider and changeup where they start in the same spot and just fall off in different directions, like think banana split. That's what the tunnel looks like, and it's
Banana split.
solid. Like, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think so a little bit.
Like when a banana peels, like the. Never mind.
Here's Sam Gilliam. First pitch from Wyatt Tucker. A little bit outside, 1-0.
No?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I really don't.
Well,
I'm trying my best. I really am.
Austin Odell will be taking back over on play-by-play for the 5th inning.
1-0 to Gilliam. Catches the corner called strike 1-1.
It's crazy.
Just ripping the job right from my hands, huh?
Something like that.
1-1 from Tucker out of the stretch. Slider swung on and missed. Nice pitch.
Since he heard me say that he was getting behind the counts too much, two strike counts where he's well ahead.
Ball and 2 strikes. Slider swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts to open up the home half of the 4th. There's 2 away.
Just a great job to start the shutdown inning with 2 strikeouts. Tough part of the Crawdads lineup facing a guy that doesn't really strike out much in Sam Gilliam and a big left-handed power hitter in Donnelly to be able to set them down 2/3 of the way to that shutdown inning.
Wyatt Tucker has now set down 3 straight Crawdads. Here's Tyson Pointer with 2 away. The right fielder crushes this one down the third base line. Hooks just foul.
He was on it. Saw that ball well.
Cleaned it out. Didn't have the right shape. 0-1 from Tucker. Slider swung on and missed. That's been the pitch in this inning. Lots of sliders. He's getting the swing and miss.
Interesting to see if this is his last inning or if he is able to go one more after this.
Action in the bullpen. Nothing in. 2 slider swung on and missed. Wyatt Tucker strikes out the side here in the 4th. We're going top 5, tied at 2. Crawdads going to the bullpen in the top of the 5th inning. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by NorCal Oaks. And NorCal Oaks is a nonprofit organization dedicated to developing skilled players who want to excel in the game of baseball and softball while attaining strong character and life skills in a fun and positive environment. Ryan Reesauce making his Crawdad debut here in 2023. The tall left-hander from UC San Diego. First pitch fires a little bit low, 1-0.
Recess had a very good year at UC San Diego. It was the closer to start the year. Fell off a little bit near the end, but overall a very solid season, ERA around 4.
1-0 to Will Hotto. Sends it straight back up the middle, straight away center field. Casey Cummings is under it, reaches up, and makes the catch. The first out here in the 5th.
Welcome to the Dads.
He'll take that 2-pitch out. I like that pace that he's on.
And I like setting down Hodo 0 for 3 to start his day.
Here's Hunter Durow. He's 1 for 2, has reached base safely twice, the 5-2 fielder's choice, and the single back in the 4th in which he would come around to score. Resource this year, what can we expect? A starter?
Yep.
Is pretty much what we've been told. First pitch swinging from Durow, right back up the middle, to the knees goes John Gazdar. He makes the catch for out number 2.
Dude can pick it. That was the scouting report. 3 pitches, 2 outs. Love baseball.
And takes 3 pitches to record 2 outs for Ryan Resource, and he'll face Cam Nickens here, who again is 1 for 2. First pitch from Resource, fastball, little bit outside, called a strike, 0-1.
Didn't think it was a strike.
Nope.
But that pitch has been there.
0-1 from Resource, inside, 1-1.
Ryan Resource, yeah, like you were saying, we can expect a starter, guy who's going to start on Saturdays for the Crawdads, taking that spot of one of the Spolero-Flora combination, and then Saturdays, you know, it's kind of been a mix of starters. Cody Perry got some Saturday starts, but Ryan Resource hoping to be that guy.
1-1, change up in the dirt. They're appeal down. They're going to say he went around. 1-2 goes the count.
Pretty left-handed changeup, going left against right. Using that changeup as it falls off the outside. It's great 1-1 pitch.
Here's the 1-2, Resource. Peers over the glove, works from the windup. 1-2, fastball, fouled, off to the right. We'll do the 1-2 again.
And I love throwing the fastball in the same spot to try to get him out off balance, get him out on that front foot.
1-2, one more time, fastball, a little bit outside. That'll even the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Final line on Jackson Flores, best start of the summer. 4 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, a walk, 5 strikeouts.
His longest outing of the summer, too. Had the good stuff working, had the help from his defense. Matt King and Ryan Brome. He owes him lunch. Here's the 2-2 from Resource. Lined right back up the middle. That'll get down into center field. A 2-out base knock for Cam Nickens.
Nickens just continues to swing the bat. A 4.12 average coming in, good power, 2-hit day. Saw a 2-strike count, but was able to fight off some tough pitches. Take one into center.
Runner on, 2 out for Damian Bravo, the right fielder, who is 1 for 2, struck out and singled off of Jackson Flora. Resource, the lefty, staring right at the runner at first. Now comes home with the changeup, gets a good swing and a miss there, 0-1.
That's how you know your stuff is good, when you can throw an 0-0 changeup, throw the changeup really in any count, and get that swing and a miss.
Resource is a sophomore in 2022, led the Tritons with 28 appearances out of the bullpen. Big workload, 1-2. Hit down the first base line, but foul, 0-2.
Very big workload.
Oh, yeah. Out of the bullpen as a sophomore, you never really know the innings that you're going to get to lead the team in appearances. I think tells you all you need to know about this kid. No balls, 2 strikes, runner on first base. Resource delivers curveball, taken just a little bit high. Austin, you wanted it.
Spot that's been there today. Probably the right call to call that a ball, but when you call it, consistently throughout the game, probably a pitch that should be called a strike.
A ball and 2 strikes. Resource kicks, fires, changeup, swung on, and missed. It's the first strikeout as a Crawdad for Ryan Resource. He works around the 2-out single. We're going to the bottom of the 5th in a 2-2 ball game. Wait, how do you say his last name?
Schusler.
Leading off the bottom of the 5th inning for Walnut Creek. Designated hitter number 7, Max Sparks.
8-9-1 due up in this Crawdads lineup in the bottom of the 5th. It's a 2-2 ball game. Wyatt Tucker back to work here in the 5th. First pitch swinging from Max Farfan. He fouls it off to the right, out of play, 0-1. New catcher for the Prune Packers, Kimball Schusler.
Kimball Schusler. Good defensive catcher. And you can tell it's him because of the Texas gear.
0-1 from Wyatt Tucker. Slider, a little bit down below the zone, but called a strike. Nothing at 2. Good job there by the newly entered catcher.
Kimball Schusler. Great name.
It's a good name, but it's gonna tie me up today.
Great dude, too. Got to talk to him a little last year when I was coaching first base one game for the Crawdads.
0-2 from Tucker. Tapped foul. We'll do it again.
Kimball Schusler.
Kimball Schusler. It's gonna cause me some trouble today.
Kimball is nimble.
Kimball Schusler, the new catcher. Farfan today, 0 for 1, flew out to right. 0-2 pitch from Wyatt Tucker, hit straight away center field. The center fielder Hamchuk moves back a couple steps, but has room to make the catch for out number 1.
I really like both of the at-bats for Max Farfan today, both in 2 strike counts, but he's able to put the ball in play, and that's something he struggled with throughout the first part of the season. Now that he's doing that consistently, I think we're going to see a really big turnaround from Max.
Number 9 hitter in this Crawdad lineup, John Gazdar, reached on an error, got to third on another error, and first pitch to him here, fastball up. So he reached on the E5. A pickoff attempt got away into the fence. He was able to reach third. He later scored the second Crawdad run of the game. 1-0 count to him here. Tucker out of the stretch with nobody on. Fastball that misses outside, 2-0.
John Gazdar and Kimball Schusler.
Elite names.
Stupid Wyatt Tucker has to ruin it.
It's not a bad name.
No, it's fine.
2-0 from Tucker. Slider, this one in the dirt. 3 balls, no strikes to John.
It's not John, but it's not Kimball.
Kimball Schusler.
Kimball Schusler.
That was a nice stop there by Kimball Schusler.
It's a good defensive player.
3-0 to John. Fastball in the dirt, ball 4. 1 out walk for John. He reaches safely for the second time today.
And right now, the Crawdads, with how the Crawdads are going, that's a rally. Got to take advantage of that. Gazdar, a lot of speed. Ellis, good bat to ball control. Would not be surprised if we saw a little hit and run or something of the sort here.
Second walk issued by Wyatt Tucker will bring up the top of the order for the Dads. Ryan Ellis. Couple of flyouts. Jam shot back in the first, then off the end of the bat in the third. Looking to continue his hot streak. Starting to stop at first. Fastball misses a little bit high to Ellis, 1-0.
I don't think Ryan Ellis is going to swing the bat until he sees a strike, and that's exactly what Joey Gomes, the Packers head coach, sees right now. I think this is a good time for a look around the CCL.
Great minds think alike, Austin.
Great minds think alike. 2 really poor minds think alike. It would be really funny if I didn't have Wi-Fi right now. If I turned my Wi-Fi off. So we're going to do it on your laptop.
My laptop hasn't been working all that much either, so good luck with that.
This look around the CCL is brought to you by...
Oh, no.
It's brought to you by American Stage Tours. American Stage Tours, small enough to care, large enough to compete. Bay Area leads Solano 3-0. Conejo and Slow play tonight, as do Arroyo Seco and Academy. Sonoma and Lincoln at Nick Bean play at 6:35. Santa Barbara and the OC Riptide play at 7 o'clock at the Great Park.
Here's Ryan Ellis, works with 1 out and a runner on first, and John Gazdar. 2 runs for both these teams, 7 hits for the Prune Packers, 2 errors. 3 hits for the Dads. Big lead off first. The 1-0 pitch misses outside to Ellis, 2-0.
Ellis would take a walk. He is not going to swing the bat until he has to. I'll tell you that for sure.
Coming into today, 447, 3 home runs, 11 RBIs, 4 doubles, 4 stolen bases. This guy kind of just does it all. 2-0 slider stopped by the catcher, Kimball Schussler. Kept it in front, kept John at first.
I'll tell you, it's not a name you forget.
No. Well, I do.
Kimball, you won't. You'll hear it a lot. I'll tell you that for sure. Kimball Schussler.
Second straight 3-0 count for Wyatt Tucker. Righty on lefty matchup, fastball inside, ball four, back-to-back walks for the Crawdads here in the bottom of the 5th inning. That'll bring up Casey Cummings.
That'll bring Joey Gomes to the mound, and I think that's the end of the day for Wyatt Tucker, don't you?
I would have to imagine it is. There's action going on in that Prune Packers bullpen. There's a righty making his way to the mound, so we will take a short break. Runners on first and second. Those are Wyatt Tucker's runners. We will be right back with the new pitcher. Pitching change is brought to you by NorCal Oaks.
Should we try to do it like at the same time, or is that going to be a mess?
Let's go. All right.
Okay, ready?
From the start.
Yeah. This called.
Wait, no.
Okay, my bad.
On go.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, just kidding. It's Elliot Gallegos. So whatever number he is on point streak.
This call to the bullpen is brought to you by NorCal Oaks. The NorCal Oaks is a nonprofit organization dedicated to developing skilled players who want to excel in the game of baseball and softball while attaining strong character and life skills in a fun
and positive environment.
Elliot Gallegos, Gaucho legend, UCSB. Elliot Gallegos, making his second appearance of the summer, pitched in a 20-6 win over the Bay Area Force. That was on June 22nd. 2 innings pitched on the year, gave up 3 hits, 4 punch-outs. Faced 10 batters, comes in with a couple of runners on. Gazdar on second, Ellis on first. He'll face Casey Cummings. First pitch to Casey Cummings, shot out into right field. Right fielder Bravo moving over. That'll get down a fair ball. No, it's called foul.
What? Oh, man.
The umpire at first base, Harvey Maxey, takes away extra bases and multiple runs from the Crawdads.
Harvey, buddy. You know, I'll put the fault on Ryan Delaney there. He did the lines today.
Ryan, buddy, we have to have a conversation.
It's always Ryan Delaney's fault.
Instead of extra bases, Casey Cummings will face Elliot Gallegos in an 0-1 count. John not being held on second base. The 0-1 slider misses up and in, 1-1. That looked like a strike.
Did. Maybe a little bit of my bad.
Wasn't
Call from
his
the home plate
bad.
umpire. But it's just like, okay, I feel bad for you.
1-1. Elliot Gallegos delivers a slider down below the knees, called a strike, 1-2.
Okay, now I don't know what the strike zone is. I give up. I love baseball. Sometimes I kind of need to remind myself.
It's a tough inning right here for the Crawdads. 1-2. Gallegos home. Fastball fouled back. We'll do it again. Gallegos for the Gauchos in 2023 made 6 appearances, only threw 5 innings, gave up 6 runs, 5 Ks, 5 walks as well.
Ugh.
Did not have his best year, but wasn't really used all that much either. Gazdar bouncing off second base. Now Gallegos delivers to the plate. Fastball off the glove of Gallegos, shoots out to the right. Every runner will advance 90 feet. A second infield single for Casey Cummings. This one will load the bases for Ryan Brome.
It's the guy that is looking to do some damage here. Bases loaded. There's some eyes on him in the crowd. I can assure you of that. And Brome, who's already had a great game defensively, now trying to come through at the plate.
He is 0 for 1 today. Struck out in the first, walked in the third. Got as far as second base. He was recorded out on the Matt King 5-4-3 double play. Has a chance here to put the Crawdads in front. Bases loaded, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. A 2-2 tied ball game. Gallegos comes set. Deep breath, now delivers it into the plate. It's fouled off to the left, 0-1.
Great first pitch swing there from Brome, though, looking to go the other way. Saw that fastball deep into the hitting zone.
Gallegos not responsible for runners on second and third. Is responsible for Casey Cummings on first. Gallegos relieving Wyatt Tucker, 0-1. Change up on the outer half, called a strike, 0-2.
Off the outer half, called a strike.
Off the outer half, called a strike.
Just a bad call.
Welcome to the CCL.
Yeah. Where dreams are made.
Infield, outfield, straight up. Gallegos delivers the 0-2 pitch. It's fought off by Ryan Brome. Good job to stay alive. You got to swing at anything close here if you're Ryan Brome.
Definitely.
Don't want the bat taken out of your hands. Brome, 10 strikeouts on the season. 7 walks, so he does a good job of staying alive, putting up good at-bats. 0-2 to Brome. Up and out, 1-2. Base is still loaded here. Corners, well, the third baseman is on the grass. The first baseman, Christian Almanaza, is behind the runner at first. 1-2 pitch to Brome, poked out into left field, not very deep. In comes Hato. He makes the catch, reaching down by the shoestrings for out number 2. All the base runners have to stay right where they are.
It's a huge play by Will Hodo in left field. Just reached above the shoestrings. Took what might have been a hit away from Brome either way. Took a run away from the Crawdads.
It's the second out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And it'll bring up Matt King, who's been swinging a hot bat despite being 0 for 2 today. Lined out to the third baseman and then hit into a 5-4-3 double play. Both of those balls were hit extremely hard. Base is still loaded in the 5th. First pitch slider chopped left side. The third baseman, Duro, in foul ground, touches it, but it is a foul ball.
King knew it all the way. Didn't even leave the batter's box. How different the sitting would be had Casey Cummings' ball been called fair.
Well, it would be at least 4-2.
But Crawdads have to put that in the rearview mirror.
0-1 from Gallegos. Long set, now delivers. Fastball chopped left side. Duro fumbles it The throw to first is not in time. A run will score. The Crawdads take the 3-2 lead on the third E5 of the game.
I thought this team was good defensively.
I was told by
I was told by a lot of people
yeah.
how good this team was, how perfect this team was defensively. Doesn't look like it.
Not at all. That'll give the Crawdads the lead for their second lead of the game. Bouncing back. They've scored in 3 separate innings. Here's Joey Donnelly. 1 for 2, swings over the top of a Gallegos changeup, 0-1.
Pretty changeup from Gallegos. Just a big drop out of the bottom of it. Dylan McShane getting loose in the Crawdads bullpen. Dylan the Duck. Dylan McShove.
I like the McShove. It's a very solid nickname. 0-1 to Donnelly, swung on and missed. Went back to the changeup. 0-2.
Donnelly a great first at bat, but then really looked a little helpless in his second. So got to get it back going.
Huge gap out in right center. The center fielder Hamchuk shifted slightly to the left, and the right fielder Bravo shifted to the right. 0-2 from Gallegos. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed. Gallegos is able to work his way out of what should have been a scoreless inning. Instead, a couple of walks, a hit, a run for the Crawdads. They retake the lead. It's 3-2 going into the 6th. Crawdads going into the bullpen here in the top of the 6th inning. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by NorCal Oaks. The NorCal Oaks is a nonprofit organization dedicated to developing skilled players who want to excel in the game of baseball and softball while attaining strong character and life skills in a fun and positive environment. New pitcher for the Crawdads in the 6th inning is Dylan McShane, making his 2nd appearance of the summer. Will face Christian Alamanza, Kyle Russell, and Joey Kramer. First pitch misses outside, 1-0.
Tough part of the lineup to face, and it's 6, 7, 8, which is crazy. McShane, one appearance so far for the Crawdads. He was good.
1-0, inside 2-0.
When he throws strikes, he could be one of the best pitchers in this league, and that's not an overstatement whatsoever.
Against the Humboldt Crabs on June 22nd, picked up the win in 1 inning. Walked 1, struck out 1, only faced 4 batters. 2-0. Skied down the left field line. Giving way is Matt King, but he'll watch it into the grass area, foul.
We talk about it with basketball players a lot, right? Sometimes all they need to see is one free throw go through to start feeling a little better. With McShane, sometimes all it is one strike. Needs to see one, and then he'll be able to find that release point and hit it consistently.
Almanza, 0 for 1 today. Grounded into a 3 unassisted and walked. 2-1 pitch, fouled behind home plate, 2-2.
McShane, fastball slider guy. Looked like the last pitch might have been a changeup.
Maybe. Couldn't tell. Tough to tell.
Fastball slider is the primary two. The slider is the deadly pitch.
Infield shifted to the right. Ryan Ellis in shallow right field. 2-2 pitch. Fastball skips in. That'll fill the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Don't want to walk the leadoff hitter. 90%, as we always say, of leadoff hitters come around to score.
Coach DJ Guesswine.
It's a great name.
It is a solid name. He's a solid baseball coach, too.
Baseball guy.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch is fouled back behind home plate. We'll do the 3-2 again. Dylan McShane relieves Ryan Recess, who went an inning, gave up a hit, and also struck out one in his Crawdad debut.
He was good. He was impressive. The changeup is going to play.
He's going to be a lot of fun to watch, especially in a starting role. Gets a lot of innings. 3-2, one more time to Almanza. Hit in the air, left side. Matt King chasing it. Does he have room? He does. He makes the catch in foul ground in the Prune Packer bullpen for the first out here in the 6th.
It's a phenomenal play by Matt King. We talked about it. A lot of guys go start in the infield and then move to the outfield when they get to college. I wonder if he was the other way around because he looks so natural on those balls in the air. Ton of range, too.
Manny Machado-esque.
Yeah, I'll give you that one. I don't even like Manny Machado.
Here's Kyle Russell, 0 for 2. Pair of punches to his name. Facing the tall right-hander, McShane delivers a fastball below the zone, 1-0.
Good confidence boost for McShane as well, to be able to get a really, really good hitter out.
Got behind in the count, was able to work it back to full. Weak pop-up. Here's the 1-0 from McShane. Hit hard on the ground to Ryan Ellis, couple of steps to his right, and throws to first in time for out number 2.
Gotta say, I've been impressed by what I've seen by McShane today. Little all over the place when he's not in the strike zone, but he's getting outs. He's getting soft contact. Well, that one was
got soft contact.
Soft contact in the air.
You average it out, medium contact.
Exactly.
2 up, 2 down for Joey Kramer. Doubled and grounded out. Also got thrown out at home plate by Ryan Brome.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
First pitch from McShane looked like the slider that misses down and out, 1-0. Loved that pitch, though, from McShane. Even though it's not a called strike, it's not really going to get anyone to bite. It's very nasty.
No one's hitting that.
No. 1-0 fastball taken right down the middle, called strike 1-1.
Great spot there. To be able to follow up that slider and really start it in the same spot, the fastball and the slider, have the fastball end up where the slider started. It's pretty nasty.
A ball, the strike, 2 outs, 3-2 ball game, top of the 6th. The 1-1 pitch. Slider tapped left side, but foul, 1-2.
Nothing you can do with that slider there.
When McShane is getting ahead, the issues have been the walks for him. You got to watch him firsthand. When he's not walking, guys, it's tough to hit. And Ryan Brome gives Dylan McShane credit for one of the best pitchers he's ever faced. 1-2, slider down and out, 2-2. And you don't get Ryan Brome to say that about very many guys.
No. He is one of maybe 2 or 3 guys that I've ever really heard that Ryan Brome say really good things about.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. McShane's slider misses low, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Slider in, try to front door him, and I think, if that pitch is a couple inches up, it's a really good pitch. Still not a terrible pitch on 2-2.
From 0-2 to 3-2. McShane set. Here comes the pitch. Hit on the ground, right back up the middle, past the second base bag, and in to center field. A 2-out single for Joey Kramer.
Still not a terrible at bat at all from McShane. Got ahead 0-2, fell behind. Probably want to get one of those 3 balls a little closer to the zone, a little more chaseable.
It's not that they're uncompetitive pitches, but they're a little uncompetitive. It's, if you know what
You
I'm
want a
saying.
little more competition.
Right.
Competitiveness.
Yeah, you got to be able to have someone bite. Here's the number 9 hitter, Blake McDonald. 0 for 1, got hit by a pitch and grounded out to John Gazdar. Oh, first pitch from McShane, fastball right down Broadway, 0-1.
Great spot on the fastball. This is actually Kimball Schuessler.
That is correct, Kimball Schuessler.
Wearing number 8.
0-1 from McShane, hit on the ground right at Ryan Ellis. He takes a few steps forward, goes to first, and retires Schuessler for out number 3. Dylan McShane is able to work around a 2-out single. We're going to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Crawdads look to extend their 3-2 lead. Crawdads coming to bat here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It'll be Sam Gilliam, Tyson Pointer, and Max Farfan scheduled to bat. Elliot Gallegos back to work. He relieved Wyatt Tucker to get the final 2 outs of the 5th inning. Final line on Wyatt Tucker, 4 1/3, 3 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. Gallegos set, first pitch, half-hearted swing by Sam Gilliam, 0-1.
Almost looked like an off-speed pitch.
It was weird.
It's kind of just a. Dave Steeb called his changeup the dead fish. Kind of looked a little dead fishy.
0-1. Gilliam fouls it off, 0-2. I have a funny story. I don't know if it's funny, actually. I have a story about the dead fish.
Please.
I think it was 14U All-Stars, the year before you go to high school.
Probably about 14, yeah.
13, 14U.
Uh-huh.
The dead fish. I would always throw flat grounds and bullpens. And the dead fish was my favorite. Here's the 0-2 from Elliot Gallegos. Fastball runs inside. Almost got Sam Gilliam, but it's 1-2. And I would throw the dead fish a lot. And my coaches didn't like it. DJ Guesswine said, if you ever throw that one more time, you will never see the mound for my baseball team again.
Wow. DJ.
It was rough. 1-2 from Gallegos. Picture perfect slider. Just misses inside, 2-2.
Good take by Gilly. He's in the strike zone for whatever it is today.
Front door slider there.
I love it.
That's
Big
a bold
front door
pitch.
slider guy.
That's a bold pitch.
Yeah.
Into a righty. Here's the 2-2 from Gallegos. Fastball way outside, ball 3. That'll fill the count. This was a little bit of the issue for Gallegos at UCSB. It's why we didn't see him pitch all that much. Never really get consistent
And from
strikes.
what I've heard is just the Gauchos were too good for anyone, really. They, it was just the best team in the nation.
They could have used some bullpen arms for sure. Here's the 3-2. Broken bat pop-up behind home plate. It'll land foul, but Sam Gilliam's going to need himself a new twig.
That is wow. It looks like, it's like when you go to the store and, like, sharpen a knife. Like,
Yeah.
that's what it looks like.
That is the definition of sawed off.
Yeah.
Right
Man. That might be the funkiest of the broken bats that I've seen.
and the barrel end of the bat reached shortstop. It
Yeah.
got right next to the feet of Kyle Russell.
Crazy.
2 runs, 8 hits, 3 errors for the Prune Packers. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Crawdads, batting in the bottom of the 6th inning. 3-2, Elliot Gallegos comes set. Here's the full count offering. Slider tried to bend in, but misses inside. That's a leadoff walk for Sam Gilliam.
Really, really good at bat by Gilly. Took a couple really tough front door sliders. Fouled off some fun pitches.
Needed a new bat, but got the job done in a sense. Maybe.
Yeah. Definitely.
Anyways, here's Tyson Pointer. 0 for 2, popped up to first and struck out. Both those at-bats coming off the starter, Wyatt Tucker. Small lead for Gilly off first. Here's the first pitch to Tyson Pointer. He fouls it back, 0-1.
Tough at bat, last to bat for Pointer.
3
pitch strikeout.
Yeah, 3-pitch strikeout which was the 3rd and final strikeout of the inning.
But that was a pretty dominant inning from Wyatt Tucker.
It was 12 pitches, 3 strikeouts. Not immaculate, but pretty good. Here's the 0-1 slider in there for a strike. Caught the front door, 0-2. Infield, outfield, straight away here for Tyson Pointer. Here's the 0-2 pitch, ripped down the third baseline, but foul. We'll do it again.
Yeah, I love that. He saw what the reliever Gallegos did to Sam Gilliam, trying to wrap around those sliders on the inside with a 2-strike count. Figured he was going to get one there. Just a little too far out in front on it.
Got to ask, what game are you following here on your phone?
Following some WNBA action.
Here's the 0-2 to Pointer, fastball upstairs, 1-2.
For all intents and purposes, I'm a huge Sabrina Ionescu fan.
Really?
I am a huge Sabrina Ionescu fan. As a Duck, you kind of have to be.
Former Duck.
The Duck.
The Duck.
Like, she is the Duck.
Small leadoff first for Gilly. 1-2 pitch. Changeup that gets away from the catcher. Schussler advancing to second base is Gilliam. Takes a round around second, but he'll hold it up there. Wild pitch allows Sam Gilliam to advance to second.
I know this is very off topic. Sabrina Ionescu is one of the best athletes I've ever seen.
I can't say that I have watched.
I don't know if
basketball.
you've looked at her college stats.
I have not.
She's unbelievable.
I think Alexis Tucker would give her a run for her money. Former Gaucho Alexis Tucker.
Yeah. Glad you think that.
Transferring to Florida State University.
Oh, brutal.
Yeah. Here's the 2-2 to Tyson Pointer. Swung on and missed. It's the second time today Tyson Pointer has gone down by way of the K. It's the first out here on the bottom of the 6th.
Here with a runner on second, Crawdads need to score this inning. Farfan has been swinging good bat today. Hasn't had the outcomes to show for it, but I think he's had some really solid at-bats.
That'll bring up Max Farfan, the designated hitter. He's flown out to the outfield in his 2 tries at the plate. Once to right, once to center. Runner in scoring position, 1 away. Gallegos delivers a slider. Misses down below the zone, 1-0.
Good spit by Farfan. Good first pitch slider. Definitely wasn't what he was expecting. Oh, I love
We'll
baseball.
have to wait for the 1-0 Gallego spin down the back of the mat. Is one game a winning streak?
No.
Today's question. Don't think so.
Survey says no.
Gallego's deep breath. Here's the 1-0 fastball. Catches the corner, 1-1. Crawdads coming in today with 5 straight league wins. It's been 17 days since they've lost. 16 days.
It's been a lot of days.
They have tied. 1-1 from Gallego's fastball, high and tight, 2-1.
It has been 16 days since the Crawdads last lost.
That's a lot of days.
It's more than one.
More than 2.
Maybe even. And get this, more than 3.
Feels like I've only been here for 16 days, too.
Yeah?
Here's a 2-1 slider. They're going to say Max Farfan went around. No, they're going to appeal and say he doesn't.
Looked to me like he did, but the Crawdads have had some calls go against them so far, so I'll take that.
It'll make the count 3 balls, 1 strike. I think the most glaring is the Casey Cummings line drive into the right field corner that dropped quote-unquote foul. Didn't think so. Here's the 3-1 from Gallegos. Hit on the ground, back up the middle. Kyle Russell, the shortstop. Crow hops, throws to first in time. However, Sam Gilliam, nice baseball play, advancing 90 feet to third.
Yeah, that's a big deal. Now, a wild pitch, which we've seen a couple of them, a pass ball, we've seen one of them, gets him to the plate, but also bat in the hands of one of your best control bats, John Gazdar.
John Gazdar today has reached base safely twice, scored twice.
There we go.
Once on the E5, came around to third on the pickoff attempt from Wyatt Tucker that got thrown away, and in the 5th, walked. Coming off a game 2 days ago in which he went 4 for 4. First pitch from Gallegos, fastball on the outer half, called a strike, 0-1.
He is not a guy that's afraid to hit with 2 strikes.
And I think the Crawdads have a lot of guys like that, but I think Gazdar is probably the best 2-strike hitter on this team.
I would agree.
0-1 from Gallegos, fastball way outside, 1-1.
And not being afraid to hit in 2-strike counts allows you to see a lot of pitches, allows you to gauge the movement. You're allowed to take that strike 1. Relatively comfortable taking a strike 2.
Very good bat-to-ball skills. Seems like every time he's going to make some form of contact. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Gallegos. Slider fouled back into the net, 1-2.
Do you think the Ryans, Brome, and Ellis would have something to say about that?
Yeah, they probably wouldn't like us saying that, but just calling it how we see it. They're both very good in their own rights as well.
Dads would love to give the bullpen some insurance.
Doesn't look like anybody's warming, so it could be Dylan McShane for another inning. Here's the 1-2 from Gallegos. Slider gets away from the catcher. He doesn't see it. Here comes Sam Gilliam. He scores the 4th Crawdad run on the 2nd wild pitch of the inning.
Man, I heard all day how good Kimball Schuessler was defensively, how good the Packers were defensively. 3 errors, couple pass balls, couple wild pitches that could go either way.
Very, very sloppy Prune Packer baseball gives the Crawdads the 4-2 lead. I would argue that the Crawdads don't deserve a lead in this game.
I would also argue, and I think the earned run-to-run discrepancy would tell you that.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Gallegos to John Gazdar. Here's the pitch. Popped up in the infield. Catcher Schuessler moving back. The ball working back into fair territory, but he'll watch it into the seats. We'll do the 2-2 again.
Good human being John Gazdar getting the catcher's helmet. That's Walnut Creek baseball. For the Creek.
That's just who John is. I think you put his enemy behind home plate and he would still pick up the helmet, give it to him with a smile on his face.
Agreed. And then tell you, his entire life story. Dude just talks.
I love it. There's not a whole lot of baseball players like that. Need more of them. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pitch to John Gazdar. Line down the left field line. That'll get down a fair ball. Digging for second base is John. He will have to pull it up there as it scoots its way under the fence, but a 2-out double for John Gazdar will flip the lineup card for the Crawdads.
You know, we heard doubles machine. We saw the 24 doubles at Austin P. I get it. He might hit 24 doubles this summer.
Yeah, no, he's on fire. It's the
Third double?
third double of the year already.
He's
Three
been
games.
three
Three
games.
games, 3 doubles.
4 games. This is his fourth.
Fourth game, yeah.
But, like, dude.
That's a lot of doubles. You know what? I could use a double-double from in and out.
That sounds really good.
Runner in scoring position here for Ryan Ellis. Hitless today. Did walk in the 5th. He's flown out to the outfield a couple of times as well. Trying to extend this Crawdads lead to 3. Long look to second base. Time is called by Ryan Ellis at home plate.
Elliot Gallegos did not want to throw to Ryan Ellis there.
Who would?
Not me. There is action in the Packers bullpen. I think a Ryan Ellis base hit here would be more than welcome.
Shortstop Russell holds on. Gazdar at second. Here's the pitch. Change up outside. 1-0.
Looks like Gallegos is starting to tire.
Yeah, didn't get a whole lot of volume
Uh-uh.
at UCSB the past 2 years. Really has thrown 16 innings in combined 2 years. So hasn't thrown a whole lot. Can't expect we'll see him go too much longer. Here's the 1-0 to Ellis, fouled back into the net. It's a pitch that he could have done some damage with.
Yeah, great 1-0 swing, though.
It's the A swing. Hitting coaches talk about it all the time. Get that A swing off. The best swing off in a 1-0 count, and I think you got that there from Ryan Ellis. Just couldn't connect. Ball, a strike, 2 outs, runner on second. The 1-1 pitch hit out and into deep center field. Hamchuk going back just in front of the warning track. Reaches up and makes the catch. Crawdads do come across to score 1 run here in the 6th inning. 4-2 is the score. Austin Oda will be taking over the play-by-play when we come back.
Top half of the second. No, it's not the second inning. Top half of the 7th inning. Phenomenal work as always by Carson Mercier. Crawdads lead at 4-2, 2-8-3. Runs hits errors for the Pack. 4-5-0 for the Crawdads.
You really mean it?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, of course. Dylan McShane back out to the mound for his second inning of work to face 1-2-3. Robbie Hamchuk leads off. First pitch fastball. Zips to the knees, 0-1. Hamchuk on the day, 2 hits in 3 at-bats. A strikeout looking his last time up. He's continued that rain through the north. McShane comes set with the 0-1. Slider off the outside, 1-1.
That's been the miss with the slider for McShane. McShove.
Dylan McShove. Which I was surprised he had never heard that nickname.
That's very surprising to me as well.
It's like a solid nickname. 1-1. Slider down low, 2-1. Not to like brag about it or anything. It's a good nickname.
It is. Very solid.
Yeah. Were you a nickname guy?
A lot of my teammates called me Merce.
That's not bad.
No. Judd. Call me Judd.
Why Judd?
Long story behind
Okay.
that. We can get into that today, I think,
Really?
after this pitch. Yes.
Okay. 2-1. Fastball tipped foul. 2-2.
So, favorite player in the major leagues is Chris Paddock.
Right. Yeah.
So Chris Paddock had, I don't want to say it's a burner account on Twitter, but someone like faking being him.
Okay. So like a reverse burner.
Yeah, kind of. And it just backed him through anything.
2-2. Slider grounded the left side. John Gazdar goes to a backhand, throws from his back foot. Throw to first is a little late as Hamchuk beats it out. But a great play by Gazdar and a strong throw. Third hit of the day by Hamchuk.
Thought we were about to see some wizardry there by John, but not quite. Couldn't quite pull it off. Back to my story.
Yeah, Paddock.
Paddock, fake burner. It was some random person, but it was a very rough stretch for Paddock in the 2020 season.
Most of them are.
It's just not the truth. Chris Paddock slander will not be allowed here.
First pitch to Hodo is just a little low, 1-0.
And so after the 2020 wild card start against the Cardinals, in which Paddock gave up 7 runs in 2 2/3, bad start, they were backing him, this account.
Fastball hit deep center field, going back is coming, circles up in front of the warning track, leaps, makes the catch. Trying to retreat to first is the runner. Throw back from Gazdar is not in time, just a little late. A phenomenal play by Cummings, a great throw by Gazdar back, but just back safely is Hamchuk.
I mean, Casey Cummings can hit, he can field, he can throw. We've seen him with multiple outfield assists and coming up huge. Warning track out there is rough, so that's a really, really nice catch.
I hope our camera out there is doing all right.
It was left at the camera, I think.
I don't know, man.
I think the camera's okay.
Here's Hunter Durow. I want you to tell more of the story after the pitch.
Okay.
Durow is 1 for 3 today. Lined out hard to Gazdar in his last at-bat. First pitch to him, fastball outside edge, 0-1.
So
they were backing him.
Yeah, so this account, and it was called Judd 592014, something like that.
String of numbers.
Yeah, but 59 was the first part, which is Chris Paddock's number. He wore it with the Padres. Rest in peace. I miss him in San Diego. So I was backing this account, retweeting everything.
Of course you were.
Yeah, I had to, and my friends, started to catch on.
0-1. Fastball just a little outside, 1-1.
Started calling me Judd.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun.
Jude, Judd, either way, that's what they were calling me. And Judd, the Judd account, had tweets like, I'm trying to think of an example, but it's like relentless. That was something that Paddock had in his glove. Not sure about now, but as a Padre, yes. Here we go in front of big starts, stuff like that. Just small stuff like that.
1-1 to Durow. Fastball grounded short, could be 2. Gazdar flips to Ellis, 1. Bare hand throw back to first in time. Dylan McShane gets out of the jam. Terrific help by the Crawdads defense. We'll stretch and head bottom 7 when we come back. Crawdads lead 4-2. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by NorCal Oaks. NorCal Oaks is a nonprofit organization dedicated to developing skilled players who want to excel at the game of baseball and softball while attaining strong character and life skills in a fun and positive environment. The new pitcher is the righty, Grant Cherry. Thank you. Cherry, out of Long Beach State University, Vestavia Hills, Alabama. Big right-handed pitcher facing Casey Cummings. First pitch fastball runs high and tight, 1-0. Last year for Healdsburg, had a 5.56 ERA and a whip of about 2. 2-2 his record, 13 games. One of them started. He had 29 strikeouts in 22 innings, as this one is a slider down and away. 29 strikeouts in 22 and 2/3 innings, but also 29 walks.
Wow.
Against the Crawdads, 1-0 in 2 games, 2 innings, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. 2 balls, no strikes to Casey Cummings, who has a pair of hits today. Here's the 2-0. Hit high and deep to center field, but right there is Robbie Hamchuk as he drifts towards his left shoulder and makes the catch for out number 1. You hear them?
I hear it.
Is that Fleetwood Mac?
I think it is.
Is it Brome time?
It's my favorite time of the day.
Me too. You've heard of, getting information right off the dome? Mm-hmm. Ryan Brome, just right off the Brome.
Right off the Brome.
Brome 0 for 2, but it doesn't matter.
No.
First pitch to him is up and away. No, called a strike. Ooh, Brome, who is not a guy that is very talkative on the baseball field, talks to the home plate umpire, Ron Masso. A late call and a bad call.
I've seen that a few times today. It's a little frustrating.
0-1. Brome lines it straight back, 0-2. Brome made the play of the season so far when he nabbed a runner at home plate from deep in the left field corner. It was a nonchalant send by Joey Gomes at third base and a strike by Ryan Brome to the plate.
Yeah, he's kept the Crawdads in front. I mean, who knows what would have happened.
0-2 comes inside, spins Brome around. 1-2. 4-2 Crawdads here in the bottom of the 7th. Crawdads scored last inning on a walk and 2 wild pitches.
Wow. I was told that this is one of the best catching staffs in all of the CCL.
I was told this was, yeah. 1-2. Brome takes a slider down low. Good take. I was told that this team was far and away. Crawdads are putting up a great fight.
I mean, they're just doing what they have to. They're capitalizing. In 4 runs. I think.
Take advantage of the 3 errors.
Yeah.
2-2 to Brome. Fastball down and away, 3-2.
And it's not like, oh, yeah, Prune Packers committed 3 errors. It's the only reason they're winning. No, the Crawdads are putting themselves in position to score. Casey Cummings had that ball down the line that, I mean, come on. Any given day, that's a base hit.
3-2, ball 4. Down low. 2 straight walks for Ryan Brome. Split by a fly out to left field. Another great bat from Brome to work it from 0-2 and a count that, probably should have been 1-1. But to work it from 0-2 to a walk.
That's the Ryan Brome special. 0-2 to 3-2, then ball 4. Doesn't get much more baseball player than that.
Still no action in the Crawdads bullpen, so it might be Dylan McShane for another inning.
I'd love to see McShane keep going. He's throwing it well, having some help from his defense.
First pitch to Matt King is fouled off to the right, 0-1.
King has been swinging a hot bat as well. Hard line out. 5-4-3 double play that was hit pretty hard as well. A little unlucky.
The 0-1. Slider, wow, not called a strike, but called a strike on the swing. I thought it was called on the pitch.
Things were about to get hot up here in the broadcast booth.
Yeah. Crawdads do have Cade Cushing and Joey Camerata still on the hot list and yet to throw. 0-2 to King. Fastball got him swinging. Second out.
It's a tough at-bat for Matt King, who's been swinging it well. I don't want to say he got the bat taken out of his hand, but the check swing, again, one of those things could have gone either way. A little unfortunate to see the appeal rule him with a strike there, but what can you do?
Runner goes from first. A huge jump. Donnelly takes a strike. No throw down to second. Brome's got a steal.
Give him a stolen base.
That's a steal.
Ryan Brome had that thing read like a book. Took off before Cherry even came to the plate.
0-1. Donnelly hits it high to center field and deep. Sprinting back is Robbie Hamchuk. It is over his head and one hop up against the wall. Coming home to score is Brome. Donnelly cruises into second. An RBI double. It's 5-2 Dads.
Joey Donnelly, man. I love the left-handed swing. It's not exactly opposite field, but left center. More center field than it is left, and a beautiful swing. 5-2 Crawdads lead. They've scored in 3 straight innings. They are got it going on.
5-2 Crawdads. Here's Sam Gilliam. A single and a walk today. First pitch, Gilliam lines it to the right side, foul. Cole Fellows has a bat. He's moved to the on-deck circle.
Love
He's
that.
replacing Tyson Pointer.
Love that. Love that matchup. Righty-lefty. Fellows starting to get hot a little bit. All know about his sweet lefty swing.
0-1. Gilliam tops the slider to the right side slowly. Charging is Joey Kramer. Scoops, tosses to first, and retires Gilliam. But the Crawdads add on the RBI double by the Moon Man, and we'll head to the top of the 8th. 5-2, Crawdads lead. Top half of the 8th inning. Crawdads lead by 3 here against Healdsburg. Cameron Nickens, Dame Bravo, and Christian Almanza to hit. 4-5-6 in the pack lineup. The heart of the pack.
Almanza.
Cameron Nickens, a 2-hit day, also grounded out to Joey Donnelly at first. As of now, it's still Tyson Pointer in right field, but we'll see what happens in the bottom half. First pitch way off the outside from Mr. McShane. Dylan the Duck.
McShovey.
I don't like the Y at the end.
McDuck.
McDuck or McShove? Both.
Both, yeah. Can't go wrong either way. McDuck is pretty solid.
The 1-0. Fastball at the knees, 1-1. Nickens also scored a run today. 5-2 Crawdads. Walnut Creek 3.5 games behind Healdsburg in the CCL North, trying to diminish that lead. The 1-1 is off the outside with a slider, 2-1.
I know that, you want to be in first place. You really do. And to end the CCL. But in a one-game playoff, does it really matter?
Does not. Crawdads just need to keep playing good baseball. 2-1. A sword. A swing and a miss. You can laugh. That was not a good swing by Nickens.
Oh, my God.
We've heard how nasty Dylan McShane is. I think that pitch was the epitome of it.
Hey, that's he's sitting something else. He got something hard.
That will not go on the Cameron Nickens highlight reel. It will go on the Dylan McShane highlight reel.
Man.
2 balls, 2 strikes. McShane still looking for that first K. Here's his 2-2. Slider, look to first, no swing. 3-2. Good pitch, by the way.
Really good pitch. I mean, perfect bounce back pitch, too. You get that up and in, and then you go to the slider, down and out. You don't do it much better than that.
It's an uncomfortable at bat, I would have to assume. 3-2. Fastball just outside ball 4.
Can't lose him.
Make a guy look bad, gotta finish it.
Yeah.
Just like when you cross someone up in basketball.
Yep.
Like you gotta hit the shot.
Yeah, have to.
Here's Damian Bravo. Bravo 1 for 3 today. Pair of strikeouts. RBI single back in the 4th. Runner on first. McShane already 1 double play ball to his name so far today. First pitch. Chopper to third, foul. Glad to see Dylan McShane on the bump today.
How could you not like a McShove bump day?
It's impossible.
It's literally, he's just such a good guy.
Good human being.
Yeah.
0-1.
Yep.
Slider at the knees. 0-2. Great spot on the inside. Front doored him.
Late break. I thought it was a fastball. I thought it was going to hit Bravo. Broke late. Caught the zone. Called strike. Nothing in 2. McShane is way ahead.
0-2. Here it comes. Slider way off the outside. Good stop by Gilly. 1-2.
That's the miss. That pull outside slider, even the fastball, is the miss. But if he can figure that out and just find a way to minimize it, not even eliminate it, just minimize it, look out.
McShane's 1-2. Down low again. Good block, Gilliam. 2-2.
I think he went to the changeup there, and I think it was a pretty good pitch and even better block by Gilly.
2 balls, 2 strikes. McShane has got to come in here. You don't want to get to another 3-ball count. 2-2. Fastball grounded to short. Gazdar will go to a backhand, but it's through him and into left field. Went to a dive. Couldn't make the play. A base hit for Bravo. And all of a sudden, the tying run to the plate.
He wouldn't have had a play at first regardless, but Gazdar laying it out had a terrible hop. The ball bounced over his head and into left field.
Pinch hitter for Healdsburg. This is Peyton Schultz. Schultz, excuse me.
I've gotten so used to saying Schultz, McShovey, whatever it is. After every,
Yeah.
we got you mixed up.
Peyton Schultz, or Schulz, excuse me. We did it again. It's Schulze. That should be Schultz. Schulz is a man out of California. Transfer from Long Beach State. You like that one?
Yeah.
First pitch to Peyton Schulz. Slider on the outside, nothing in 1.
Got crossed up.
Yeah.
It was right down the middle, and you could tell by the way Gilly received that he was expecting the fastball. Maybe, I doubt the changeup, but either way, have a word. Get it right. Make sure it doesn't happen again. We've seen it happen a few times too many, I think, this year. I think pitch calm would help tremendously. Don't think we're going to get it.
Peyton Schulz has struggled a little bit this summer. 174 is league average, 238 overall. 10 runs batted in, though. 13 strikeouts. The 0-1. Fastball just off the outside, 1-1. Pitch that's been there.
It's been a little all over the place today, and I think Fitzpatrick was saying it best. Sean was saying it best a few days ago. It doesn't matter. I don't care if it's big or small. I just want it to be consistent. Today is
Inconsistent.
Not exactly been consistent.
The 1-1. Down low, 2-1. I am surprised there's no throwing in the Crawdads bullpen right now. Looks like Jack Delmore's going to get some stirring over there in the right field bullpen. Going to go talk with Brant Cummings. 2 balls and a strike. Tying run is Scholes at the plate. McShane looks to second. Now comes home. Little low, 3-1.
Change up, just a little low. It's a good pitch. I still think you attack with the fastball here. A guy that's struggled all summer. If he beats you, he beats you, but pound the fastball in this at-bat.
Cade, the closer, is going to start warming up for the Crawdads. Number 35 leads the CCL in saves right now. It's McShane to Scholes. Ball 4 outside. Back-to-back, 2 walks sandwiched by a single. Bases are loaded, still no outs. Jack Delmore is going to head to the mound.
Gotta calm down here. You gotta compete in the zone. McShane's doing a good job on the first pitch. 2 of 3 first pitch strikes in this inning. But you got to be able to finish the at-bat, especially a guy hitting probably close to his body weight, maybe below his body weight in the league. Like, pound the fastball, pound it in the zone. Now you're kind of put yourself in a tough spot.
It'll be a pinch hitter. It's Jaden Duplantier,
Oh, jeez.
the cousin of John Duplantier, who had maybe the best single season in CCL history.
We were talking about this
A couple days ago, 3 or 4 days ago,
on the drive home from
Vacaville.
Fairfax, California.
Yeah. Jaden Duplantier coming off a solid season where he didn't play a ton at University of Texas, Hookham. Future teammate of Casey Cummings out in center field. First pitch to him is a fastball at the knees, 0-1. Good job by McShane. Whatever Senor, what's his name? Jack Delmore said. Definitely helped. My bad.
After the mound visit, you can pretty much guarantee a first pitch strike. I think that's 93% first pitch strikes after a mound visit.
0-1. Topper back to the mound. McShane's got it. He'll come to the plate to get it out there. Gilliam's going to get up to look to throw, but no play there. McShane just fired about an 100-mile-an-hour fastball back to the plate, but cut the runner down.
Hey, they got the out. That's all that matters. Result-based business, doesn't matter how sketchy it is.
That'll bring up Joey Kramer. This is a dangerous hitter in this spot. Kramer led the CCL in just about everything last summer. Yet to have it all click this year. But what better spot to do it for him than here?
There's not.
Kramer, a 2-hit day, a double and a single. Double would likely clear the bases here. First pitch to him. Fastball at the knees, strike 1.
4 or 5 first pitch strikes in this inning from McShane, so tells me he's locked in on that first pitch, maybe that second pitch as well, but losing focus a little bit. You got to find a way to keep yourself in it the whole at-bat, the whole inning.
Kramer represents the go-ahead run here in the 8th. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. 1 down. Bases still loaded. Bravo on third. Scholes on second. Duplantier on first. And the big bopper. Joey Kramer at the dish. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. McShane nods his head no. Now shakes yes. Big breath, the 0-2 pitch. Slider, tap to third. Foul, just foul. Whew. King grabbed it on the third base bag. He's called foul.
Would have been a good baseball play by a good baseball player, but right call. Could have used that Casey Cummings foul ball. Should have been called fair. We could have used a foul ball. Fair ball. Should have been called fair. Foul.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, that's brutal.
0-2. Slider got him swinging. Joey Kramer goes down on 4 pitches, and the Crawdads are 1 out away from getting out of this jam.
Whatever Deli said on the mound must have worked, but the job is not done just yet. Here comes Kimball Schuessler.
Kimball Schuessler, someone who has struggled in his career at the plate. Not a great offensive player, especially in the CCL. A 601 career OPS against Crawdads pitching in 2 seasons. Here with the bases loaded, in the first time these top teams have played this season. The first pitch to him. Fastball on the outside, strike 1. Gilliam steals it back. Good work behind the plate.
Sam Gilliam masterclass here late in this ball game. That was a beautiful job receiving that pitch.
Sacks are full. 3-run game. The go-ahead run at the dish. The 0-1.
Got it.
Just a little outside. 1-1.
Where did that miss?
Pitch that has been there all day.
Where did that miss?
One ball, one strike, 2 outs. 3 on, 3-run game, go-ahead run. He's Kimball Schuessler, the 1-1. Schuessler hits it high and pretty deep. Left center field in the park. Casey Cummings, the center fielder, squeezes it. Dylan McShane, what a phenomenal job by the 6'9" righty to get out of a bases-loaded, no-out jam. Led to the bottom of the 8th, 5-2 Crawdads.
Him.
This call to the bullpen is brought to you by NorCal Oaks. NorCal Oaks is a nonprofit organization dedicated to developing skilled players who want to excel in the game of baseball and softball while attaining strong life and in character values and a fun and positive environment.
Dude, it was like very close.
Like a 7.
Very close to very
New
solid.
pitcher is Morgan White. New hitter is Cole Fellows. Morgan White has been good. 3 seasons so far with Healdsburg. He has been pitching in Healdsburg since 2019. A 3-0 record, a 3.02 ERA. In 59 innings, over 60 innings now combining this year. As the first pitch he throws to Cole Fellows runs tight, 1-0. In his career against Walnut Creek, he is 0-0, 4 appearances, a 1.42 ERA over 6 1/3 innings. Struck out 9, walked 4. Out of UNR, 1-0, Fellows lines it straight back. There's that pretty swing. So far this summer, though, hasn't been great. A 6 ERA, a 1-0 record. 18 strikeouts in 9 innings pitched.
That's ridiculous. There's no other way to put it.
The 1-1. Fellows takes up high, 2-1. Cole Fellows, another guy that's been good this summer. He's really starting to swing a better bat of late. Still probably not where he wants that average. 2-1 is lined straight back. We'll do it again. Fellows so far on the summer, a 240 average, a home run, 8 runs batted in, 5 walks, 8 strikeouts. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pointer's day is done, went 0 for 3 with a pair of Ks. 2-2. Curveball on the outside, strike 3 called. That was nasty.
And he continues his reign on these poor CCL hitters. 19 strikeouts and how many innings? I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Here's Max Farfan. Farfan 0 for 3. First pitch to Farf is a curveball up high, 1-0.
Farf.
Farf.
Not my favorite nickname.
No, me neither, but I think he embraces it.
I got him on the circle game today.
Did you?
Yep.
Did he admit it?
1-0
is lined straight back off the mask of Schussler.
Didn't want to admit it, but I got him. Fair and square, I got him.
Okay. He's not a guy that admits it, even if
No.
you get him.
No. And I got him. I had his home run ball from the other day. Said, Max, I have your home run ball. Went to give it to him, went like that.
Circle change grip?
Yep.
Good one. Very good work.
Yep. Thank you.
1-1, curveball up high, 2-1. 5-2 Crawdads, bottom 8. 2 runs, 10 hits, 3 errors. The difference in the game, that's what Healdsburg's line reads. 2-1. Farfan swings through a good off-speed pitch, 2-2. The ball from Morgan White just kind of dances.
Blitz ball.
Morgan White sounds like the name of a country singer.
Yeah.
Little
Mitch.
Morgan Wallen-esque.
Mitch White.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Fastball up high. Second strikeout for Morgan White.
This guy's stuff is nasty. That's all I'm going to say. He's nasty.
Even in his long career, and I mean long college career, 67 games pitched in 5 years of college baseball, averaging well over a strikeout an inning. Split between 3 schools. Here's John. Squares to bunt, takes a curveball at the top of the strike zone. 0-1.
A lot of mileage.
154 arms. That's a full major league season.
Yeah.
For a starter. 0-1. Gazdar takes high and tight. 1-1. Gazdar, a double, a walk, an error. He's reached all 3 times. Welcome to the John experience.
Yeah, that's just what this guy does. He finds a way.
The 1-1. Gazdar flies it to the right side. That'll get foul.
You know, even if he's not going to have the highest exit velocity, he runs so well that he forces the infield to make tough plays and puts a lot of pressure on. He's such a good number 9 hitter. Such a good one. He could hit anywhere in the lineup.
1-2.
Oh.
Comes in and hits him on the back. He tosses the bat viciously. Ouch.
Doesn't feel good.
Could you guess, if you had to guess where John Gazdar hit for the majority of the season this year at Austin P, where would you guess?
I wouldn't. I don't know. Not 3, not 4, not 5.
Okay.
2, 1 or 2.
He was the Austin P Governor's cleanup hitter.
Wow. Well, if you're going to hit 24 doubles, then yeah, sure.
He's on first. Here's Ryan Ellis. Ellis Ofer has walked, has hit the ball very hard a couple times, but still 0 for 3. Crawdads, I'll say this again, would love to add on. First pitch. Ellis takes on the outside, 0-1.
How many times have we been able to say going into the 8th inning that Ryan Ellis is over? Not
Maybe
often.
never.
Yeah.
Ever.
Once, maybe.
Right.
He had a hit in the 8th inning of one game.
The 0-1. Ellis takes a fastball low, 1-1. 5-2 Crawdads. Gazdar, good speed on first with Ellis at the dish. White looks to the plate, and the 1-1 is a slider that swung on and missed. Just beautiful pitch.
I mean, not often do sliders fall off the table, but that has slider movement while falling off the table. The slurve sweeper, as they call it now.
It's a
Beautiful.
just dangerous pitch.
It's just beautiful.
Ball and 2 strikes. Gazdar off first. The 1-2 to Ellis. Gazdar runs, pitches outside. Kimball's throw to second is in time to get him out second. Gazdar's thrown out. Kimball Schussler has done it again. Caught stealing, ends the inning, and will head to the top of the 9th. The sounds of the trumpets blare through Monte Vista High School as Cade Cushing heads to the mound. 5-2, the Crawdads lead. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by NorCal Oaks. NorCal Oaks is a nonprofit organization dedicated to developing skilled players who want to excel in the game of baseball and softball, attaining strong character and life skills in a fun and positive environment. Snap the paper. It's closing time. Cade Cushing, the Dad's closer with 4 saves on the year, hasn't given up a run. First pitch he throws to Robbie Hamchuk is lined to the right side. These guys, teammates. 2 San Jose State Spartans?
Yep.
Cushing has been great. A 1-0 record, 4 saves, 7 innings, 8 strikeouts, 3 hits. A 1 fastball on the outside, 0-2.
Spin rate on all of his pitches is high. Don't know the exact numbers, but it's high.
No balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter Hamchuk. Here's Cushing's pitch. Curveball fly to the right side, foul. Sean Fitzpatrick is warming up. I would assume that if the inning gets to Cam Nickens, I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
He's ready. Cushing working in not back-to-back days. I lied. I was off. My bad.
Back-to-back games.
Not back-to-back games either. The 0-2 fastball fly to the right side. There was the game against the South Bay Storm, or the Sacramento Heat that Ryan Troy closed down.
Yeah, not sure what you're thinking.
Just making
of,
things up.
Hey.
Happens. 5-2 Crawdads. Cushing looking for his CCL leading 5th save of the summer. 0-2. Curveball fly to right field. Coming in is Cole Fellows. He will let it drop in front of him in right field. Just a dink single to start the 9th.
Let it drop in front of him. A tough.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, not exactly. It was bloop base hit. No one had a chance of getting there. If you're Cade Cushing, laugh it off. Get a ground ball. Get 2 outs, 1 pitch. That's what you're looking for here.
Here's Will Hodo. Hodo 0 for 4 today. Kid came in hitting .552.
Is that high?
It's not bad. 0 for 4 today. Runner on first, no outs. First pitch to Hodo is a fastball just a little high, 1-0.
That's brutal. And what I was talking about, the high spin rate, what that does, it gives the appearance that the baseball is going to be lower than it actually is. You see a pitch that looks like it's going to bounce on the plate. It's at the knees.
Long set and the 1-0. Fastball outside, 2-0.
That's typically for the fastball. For the curveball, what that does is it comes out of the hand faster. It breaks later, more.
2 balls, no strikes, no outs. Cushing. A long wait and the pitch. Fastball outside corner, 2-1.
Thank you. Thank you. Not sure it was, but they'll take that.
With this Healdsburg lineup, the game is never over.
No. Very deep.
Not a big lead for Hamchuk off first, but a pickoff move. A lazy pickoff move. Donnelly can't dig it out, but the ball stays right there. 2-1. 5-2 Crawdads looking for their biggest win of the season. Cushing looks at first. Now comes set just above the belt. 2-1. Fly ball, left side foul. 2-2.
Good job to get yourself back in this at bat after 2 uncompetitive pitches. You know, the pitch, the curveball that was outside, the fastball up and in, and now you're right back in it. Let's see what he does here. Looking for probably an off-speed pitch, bottom of the zone, get a ground ball.
Cushing. Move to first. Hamchuk's back in, sliding.
Have some room to play with here. Tying run is on deck. It's not life or death, but you do not want that tying run to the plate.
Cushing is 2-2. Fastball got him swinging. Blew it past him at the knees. Out number 1.
Maybe.
Here's Hunter Duro. Duro hasn't been great today. 1 for 4. Grounded into a double play. A line out, a fielder's choice.
Crawdads will take ground ball double play right here.
Yeah, I would think so.
Wouldn't hurt.
First pitch. High pop-up left side of the infield. John Gazdar drifts into the grass. Behind third, it's Matt King and Gazdar. In foul territory, Matt King makes the squeeze. for out number 2.
Yep, this is, well, yesterday or 2 days ago I was saying this is John's infield. It's time to be real. No, this is Matt King's infield. Matt King can catch anything, and that's a tougher play than he made that seem.
2 down for Cameron Nickens. Nickens a pair of hits, a walk. The Crawdads 1 out away. First pitch. Nickens spits on a curveball up high. A ball and no strikes. Two outs here in the 9th. Cushing. The 1-0 to the plate. Up high with a fastball, 2-0.
Been in this spot before. Got to find a way to work back into it. Anyone can. I think Cade is capable.
2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs, 11 hits, 2 runs for Healdsburg, 5 runs on 6 for the Dads. 2-0.
Yep.
Fastball at the knees, 2-1.
Such a perfect pitch. 2-0. You don't want to groove one, right? You want to find a corner, and that one just perfectly catches the corner.
Some throwing in Healdsburg's bullpen, but right now all eyes on Cade Cushing. His 2-1 pitch. Fastball swung on and missed, 2-2.
And that's the one that's grooved. Here it is. Hit it. You can't.
1 strike away from the Crawdads, extending their 2-week winning streak, undefeated streak, I should say, and taking down the number 1 team in the CCL. Deuce is wild. Here's the pitch from Cushing. Fastball, fly to the right side. That'll get foul. Exhale.
Hey, the crowd's on their feet. All
No.
excited.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We're on our feet. That's all that matters. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on first, a 3-run lead. Cushing's 2-2. Fastball tapped to the right side. Ryan Ellis scoops it on the run, throws to first, and retires the game. Down go the Healdsburg Prune Packers. The Crawdads have not lost in over 2 weeks, and the Dads are hot.
Hey, it might not have been the prettiest game of all time, especially from the Healdsburg Prune Packers. They didn't necessarily play all that well today, the 3 errors, but the Crawdads did a very good job of capitalizing with the opportunities in which they had. I think I know the conversation that Brant Cummings is going to have. We got to hit better. 6 hits, typically. It's okay. All that matters is the win, yes, but getting it done today, proving yourself when you haven't really played a whole lot of competition it's a very big thing for the Crawdads.
Ryan Recess in his first game as a Crawdad gets the win. I believe the loss goes to Gallegos. Correct? Gallegos? No. Who's the losing pitcher? Wyatt Tucker is the loser. The save, of course, goes to Mr. Closing Time, Cade Cushing. Game started at 4:01, ended 6:44. Final time of the game, a brisk 2 hours and 43 minutes. A beautiful day for baseball. The Crawdads have not lost in a really, really long time. What a game for the Dads. 2 runs, 11 hits, 3 errors for Healdsburg. 5 runs, 6 hits, no errors. The difference in the ball game. A tremendous defensive showing from a team that wasn't supposed to be as good defensively as Healdsburg. But you know what? Healdsburg did not play like the number 1 team in the North today. We're going to step aside. Anything else from you?
Build off this. Use this momentum. It's a good feeling win. Yeah. Use it. Go win the next 2. Go take the series.
Crawdads will be back in action here tomorrow with Carson Mercier on play-by-play. We're going to step aside, give way to Kobe Siegel and Justin DeHaas. Thanks for listening. Thanks for spending your Tuesday night with us here on the Walnut Creek Crawdads Streaming Network.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Walnut Creek Crawdads postgame show. I am your host, Justin DeHaas. Alongside me, my co-host, Kobe Siegel. And as you just watched, the Walnut Creek Crawdads defeated the Healdsburg Prune Packers 5-2. And it was a pretty good game, but before we get into it, let's take a look around the CCL. So, this look around the CCL is brought to you by American Stage Tours. American Stage Tours, small enough to care and large enough to compete. And so, obviously, we talked about Crawdads winning 5-2. The Bay Area Admirals are beating the Solano Mudcats 6-1. That's top of the sixth inning. You've got the San Luis Obispo Blues beating the Conejo Oaks 2-0 in the bottom of the first. Also in the bottom of the first, Royal Seco Saints beating the Academy Barons 2-0. And then the Sonoma Stompers Lincoln Potters game has not started yet, but that should start soon. And the Foresters play the Riptide at 7 p.m. in Irvine. And so now that we had a look around the CCL, let's talk about this game. And, before we get into it, we've got our Crawdads player of the game. And so, let me give you a little promo read for that. So, your Crawdads player of the game is brought to you by DVY Cards and Collectibles, a local shop with all your favorite cards and collectibles, conveniently located just off the 4 freeway. And so, we've got Dylan McShane here. Dylan, pleasure having you on the show.
Yeah,
and so, all right, so you went 3 innings today. You got 3 strikeouts. Talk to me about how you were able to go for 3 innings, because obviously that's very impressive for a relief pitcher.
Right. It's something that I've been trying to do, trying to grow in, kind of extending my outings. That's always something to improve upon. It's something I did this season at Oregon. Not too much, but the more I can kind of improve my game and go longer into games, the more valuable I could become to the team.
Yeah, for sure. And when you went longer into the game, obviously that when you had that bases loaded situation with no outs and you were able to get out of that jam, talk to me how you were able to get through all 3 of those batters unscathed.
Right. So, it comes down to staying with what you know, trusting your preparation, kind of the process to get you to the point where you kind of earn that confidence to know you should have confidence in a situation like that. Everything's always in your control. There are things that you can't control and you can't worry about those kind of things. So, just happy to have the opportunity today, and just trying to make the most of them every time.
Yeah, and what was the conversation around the clubhouse? Obviously, you guys know how good the Healdsburg and Prune Packers are. What were you expecting going into this game, and not just this game, but for the whole series?
Right. They're a good club, and so are a lot of the teams we play throughout this summer, but we know obviously we're a good club too. We got guys who are good at various different things, and we all kind of have trust in each other and our abilities, so playing with one another, trusting in one another, it's just playing team baseball.
Yeah, and obviously you took the first game of the series. You got another one here at Monte Vista tomorrow, and then the third game in Healdsburg. Obviously, you guys were able to win today, but what can you take away from today's game that you can apply to hopefully winning the series against the Prune Packers?
I think just offensively, kind of playing, like I said, that team baseball, chipping away at the armor, getting a run each inning, just win every single inning. That's all you could do. Be present and be where your feet are, and control the controllables.
For sure. Dylan McShane,
Yep.
Thank you for coming on to the
Thank you for
postgame
having me.
show. And so your Crawdads player of the game is brought to you by DVY Cards and Collectibles, a local shop with all your favorite cards and collectibles, conveniently located just off the 4 freeway. And so we had Dylan McShane on the show. Thank you very much for coming. And here we got Kobe Siegel coming back. And so it's great to hear what Dylan had to say. Obviously he came in, with, I guess at that time coming in the 6th inning, he had the lead, and you talked about it before. He had to get that hold, and he was able to do so with his 3 innings of work. Talk to me about our player of the game, Dylan McShane.
Well, so he mentioned that for a lead pitcher going through 3 innings, he mentioned that he was trying to stretch himself out to make himself more valuable, and certainly he was more valuable in this game than we've seen in the past. Able to pitch 3 innings. The Crawdads just needed 4 pitchers in this game. And I mean, I liked what he said about trusting himself despite the bases loaded, no outs. I mean, he was able to stay calm and make great pitches, a strikeout, a pop out, and then a fly out. I mean, just so good for him to be able to stay poised and trust himself. And also, the last thing he said is that, we've been talking about Healdsburg, how good they are. Well, the Crawdads are also really good. And he said that he knows and this team knows that they are really good, and clearly they can play with this Healdsburg team.
Yeah, I mentioned in the pregame show how the CCL posted on their Twitter account that the Prune Packers were the best team and the Crawdads were the second best team. And, clearly these look like the two best teams in the CCL right now. And, yeah, to have a performance like that from McShane, he's got a nice fastball, and then he's got a really nice slider that plays off of that fastball, and it's tough to decipher the two when you're a batter. But overall, great performance from him. And, I mean, him and Flora combined for 7 innings. So working, the bulk work for the squad. You see a kid like Ryan Reeses sandwiched in between those two. He made his Crawdads debut today. And then obviously Cade Cushing getting the save. That will be his 4th save in CCL action, 5th overall. And so talk to me about just the Crawdads pitching overall, whether it was Flora or some of the other guys that you saw out there.
Well, one of the most important things, and we talked about this for the game, was the walks. Because in the past, when they've lost, it's been the walks. And so the Crawdads only had 3 walks. And we can contrast that to the 5 walks that the Prune Packers gave up. And so, I mean, only 3 walks, and then the 2 walks by Dylan McShane, they did come in that last inning, but he was able to get out of that with help from great defense. So, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And I just want to talk about Flora a little bit. He cruised through 3 innings of work, only 36 pitches. And, I mean, the coaches were out here. You had the Oregon head coach. You had the Cal Berkeley head coach. And, we've seen scouts here before to get their eyes on him. Kid who regularly hits 90 to 92 on the fastball, can touch 94.
Yeah, I believe he hit 93 today.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, he's just, it's just getting faster, and it's just nice. I mean, it's going to be his last start of the summer. We'll see where he gets drafted, and, it sounds like maybe he might not be going to Loyola Marymount anymore. It sounds like he might have reopened his recruitment. That's why some of these coaches were here. We saw the Oregon head coach talking to his parents and stuff like that, and, yeah, he cruised through 3. The 4th inning was a little rough, but he only gave up 2 runs, and it kept the Crawdads in the game. They were up 2-0 at that time, and, he was able to, keep it at a tie ball game, which obviously if you're able to do that, this lineup will come through and produce. Just talk to me about the Crawdads lineup.
Well, the Crawdads lineup, they had 6 hits, 5 walks. They did not have their best game. They also struck out 9 times. They didn't have their best game, but that's okay because this Packers team can pitch, and they pitch really well. But the defense really was a difference. So the Crawdads, by walking 5 times and by hitting the ball hard, they were able to put themselves in position to capitalize when the errors came, and the first error was in the 3rd inning. It was really back-to-back errors because Gazdar hit a little dribbler to third base, and he hit a dribble to first base, and that allowed him to reach first base, and then an error by the pitcher allowed him to go all the way to third on the pickoff throw, and then and then he scored. Believe he scored on. I believe it was. Oh yes, it was an infield single by Casey Cummings. So just putting the ball in play, and like weird things will happen. Weird things happen in baseball, and they gave themselves an opportunity to capitalize on the defensive miscues.
Yeah, for sure. You mentioned Casey Cummings, and we were talking before this about who our player of the game could be, and Casey was a name that was thrown out because he had multiple hits, but neither reached the outfield. Both were in the infield, ricocheted off of a player or, just softly hit, but and that just seemed to be the case, especially early on, where Crawdads were getting hits, but they just weren't hard hits. They weren't, getting out of the infield. And I mean, you'll take a hit however you can, right? You're not going to complain about it. They were getting on base, they were putting pressure, and they were able to score in the second and third inning respectively because of it. And so, yeah, I mean, overall, that's got to be frustrating for a kid like Wyatt Tucker, who didn't pitch that bad today. In 4 1/3 innings of work, he allowed 3 runs. Only one of them was earned, as you mentioned, the errors that really cost the Prune Packers. 4 strikeouts, 3 walks, which was concerning for him. But overall, a decent performance from Wyatt Tucker. What'd you make of not only his performance, but for the whole Prune Packer pitching staff?
Well, the Prune Packer pitching staff, there were a couple guys I was really impressed with. Wyatt Tucker was good for the most part, but just at the worst times, it kind of just didn't work for him. I mean, the Crawdads scored their first run on a wild pitch.
Yeah.
And so that's just poorly timed. Elliot Gallegos had 2 wild pitches, but Morgan White, who pitched the 8th inning, he was the guy who I was most struck by. 2 strikeouts. He did have hit by pitch, but I mean, he was dominant. The spin on his pitches made him look unhittable. I mean, he struck out great hitters in Cole Fellows and Max Farfan. So, I mean, he just looked awesome.
Yeah, there was a couple runs that the Crawdads scored from wild pitches, right? Like, I mean, it was just, if you like small ball, this was the game for you. Not a single ball left the yard, and like I said, a lot of it was just in the infield. And the big difference in this game was the way that the defense have played. Obviously, the Prune Packers' 3 errors cost them a couple unearned runs, and the Crawdads' defense was spectacular. No errors, and anytime a ball is hit in the left side of the infield, you just know it's going to be an out because John Gazdar and Matt King, who play short and third respectively, they're both shortstops by nature, and so they're both able to they have a lot of range, a lot of athleticism. You saw Ryan Ellis standing in the outfield a little bit because he's got Gazdar to his right, and he understands that Gazdar could get to balls to his left and cover second base, and so defense was huge today. And overall, I think this is a game that I feel like neither team played real well. It's kind of a situation where like the Crawdads played somewhat bad, but like the Prune Packers played worse, and kind of shot themselves in the foot a little bit with some of the errors and wild pitches.
I think I might have to disagree with you on that. I mean,
Really?
Prune Packers did play well, but the Crawdads defense, I mean...
No, the Crawdads defense was very good, but in terms of offense, I mean, you could count on one hand the amount of hard hit balls
Yes,
that
that's fair.
they were able to get. Like I said, a lot of it was in the infield, and some of it was because of some Prune Packer defense that didn't go so well. But I mean, they didn't play bad. It's just I feel like they could have played better, and they beat the best team in the CCL by 3 runs.
But yeah, well, back to the infield hits. So the Crawdads had 6 hits total, only 2 hits left the left the dirt.
Yeah.
So the double by Gazdar and the double by Donnelly. I mean, the Donnelly was the only was definitely the Crawdads' hardest hit ball of the day. So
Now, granted, there was the ball onto the right side
Yeah.
that I believe Casey Cummings hit, and we all in the booth thought that it was a fair ball. And the guy at first base decided, oh, you know what? I think it's a foul ball. And granted, he's got a better view than we do, but that could have been a third hit theoretically that might have gone robbed from Casey. But overall, I mean, we kind of talk about how the Crawdads lineup wasn't necessarily hitting the ball super hard. Talk about the Packers and what their lineup was able to do, because I mean they got 11 hits on the scoreboard, but it only amounted to 2 runs. What did you make of the Healdsburg lineup?
Well, part of the reason why they weren't able to score despite those hits was the Crawdads defense. In the first instance of that was in the first inning. Robbie Hamchuk got a hit. He moved over to third. And then and then it was a fielder's. Yes. In the first inning, Hamchuk moved over to third, and then Matt King with 1 out threw Hamchuk out at home. So that's 1 run saved. Then again in the third inning, Joey Kramer doubled, and then Robbie Hamchuk singled, but Ryan Brome threw Robbie Hamchuk
What a missile!
out at home. Ryan Brome's arm. I mean, the Oregon coach is here today. I know Austin was trying to get him to Oregon. I mean,
Sounded like he convinced him.
yeah. I mean, I don't know, but
Brome's dream school is Oregon, and Austin was talking to the coach about it, and the coach seems sold. So, I mean, can't guarantee anything here, but if you see Brome in an Oregon uniform, don't be shocked, because this could be the inception of that potentially.
yeah. And again, the last instance of this, in the 8th, a little dribbler of the pitcher, Dylan McShane, threw it as hard as he could at Sam Gilliam, but Sam Gilliam was able to catch it and got the out at home. And then we had a Matt King defensive play against the fence in foul territory. Just great defense all around. I think that was really the difference in the game.
Yeah, and when I look at the Packers lineup, Robbie Hamchuk in that leadoff spot, 4 hits in 5 at-bats. That'll play, folks. That is what you want from your leadoff hitter, and he was getting on base for sure. But I also look at a kid like Will Hodo. We hyped him up in the pregame, and rightfully so. He's got great stats in the CCL so far, and he had good stats at Alabama. But today, 0 for 5, with 2 strikeouts, and so he's still a great player. It's just one game, but when you look back on this one and see why the Prune Packers lost, part of the reason could be just Will Hodo and his lack for getting on base today. But yeah, I mean, look, overall, it was a good game. Got over relatively quickly, like under 3 hours or so. And yeah, I mean, I keep on saying this, but this is a matchup between the 2 best teams in the CCL. So if you're not watching these games, I don't know what you're doing, because this is some pretty great baseball. And so, the Crawdads get the first win of the series today. We've got a second game at Monte Vista tomorrow at 4 p.m., and we'll see. I mean, now they put themselves in a position to potentially win the series. So it'll be fascinating to see what they could do. Kobe, do you have any final thoughts?
Well, the Crawdads have moved themselves up to now being 2.5 games back in the CCL North. So that they will certainly be happy with that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look, obviously you want to win the series now if you're the Crawdads, but if you can pull off that sweep somehow, and we're still a long way from that, but if you're able to do it, all of a sudden I believe now you have control of first place in not only the North, but just in all of the CCL.
Well, no, they actually would be a half.
Because they only have 3 losses though.
Yes.
They only have 3 losses, and the Prune Packers have 1. So I mean, are they really 2.5 games back then?
Yeah, they're 2.5 games back. If the Crawdads won the next 2 games, they would be 11-3, and the Crawdads would be 12-4. Which winning percentage.
Crawdads only have 3 conference losses, so they would be 12-3,
Yeah.
and the Prune Packers would be 11-4. So according to my
Wait,
math,
no. The Crawdads would be 10-3. If they won the next 2 games, they would
Okay.
be 10-3, and the
Prune Packers would be
Packers would be
11-4.
12-4.
12-4. Okay, I guess that means you're half game back then. I guess that's just the Prune Packers and the luxury of playing more games that you get to win those. But anyways, well, I guess then, then you are only a half game back then. But hey, you put yourself in a good position to potentially get first. So we'll see. But yeah, anything else? Or are you good?
I'm good.
Alrighty. Well, that is the way you want to end the post-game show. So for Kobe Siegel, I am Justin DeHaas. Thank you for watching, I guess you're watching now, but for listening to the Walnut Creek Crawdads post-game show.